of football. But come right back as we look at the Hatcher Agency Big Game of the Week on Rex's Road to the Rock Rankings. Hi, and welcome back to the Arkansas Brighter Futures 529 studio line. Joining me here today is the head coach of the Booneville Bearcats, Doc Crowley. How are you today, Coach?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. We're excited to talk about some football. But, Coach, let's talk about last week a little bit. It was a tough game against a quality opponent, Poto out of Oklahoma. What did y'all take out of that game?
Yeah, we didn't play well. You know, we put the ball on the ground. 11 total times, 9 of those being quarterback center exchanges. And, you know, you're not ever going to be successful doing that. So we put our defense in some tough situations. And, you know, with 2 or 3 minutes left in the third quarter, we're still only down 14-0. So I thought our defense did a really good job of keeping us in the game. And, you know, we've just been working on those mistakes this week in practice and hopefully get them corrected for this week.
Yes, sir. Lots to learn from week 0 of football coming into week 1 of football. But this game coming up against Ozark, it's over a 100-year-old rivalry. What does this mean to the community of Booneville, and how are the Bearcats preparing for it tonight?
Yeah, it means kind of our community, to our program, our school. You know, it's always a big week when it's Ozark week, and everything kind of intensifies throughout the week, practice, school, everything. So, you know, the kids know that they've got a new head coach, and they're going to be ready to play. So it should be a really good atmosphere Friday night. You know, it should be a really good high school football game. Hopefully we can correct some things we did wrong and hopefully come out on top.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate your time a lot, and we will be rooting on the Bearcats on Friday.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach. Thank you. We'll wrap it up right after this break.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas. And we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local, hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
It's time for a road trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, home to the legendary thermal waters giving Hot Springs its name. This unique mountain town features historic bathhouses, hiking trails, biking trails, a 4-story treehouse, roller coasters, a casino, horse races, bathtub races, an interactive science museum, fishing, boating, parades, a bustling downtown, and a peaceful vista overlooking it all. Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's time for a road trip. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
More students are turning to UA Little Rock because we're leading the way in making college affordable for all Arkansans. With the Academic Challenge Scholarship and our half-off scholarship, you can get a college degree without debt. Don't qualify for Pell? No problem. We have options to help you affordably earn a 4-year degree. With scholarships and campus jobs, we're removing barriers for all. That's the Trojan Guarantee. Expect more with UA Little Rock.
My primary care provider helps me make better decisions about my physical and mental health.
They're the first person I talk to if I have any questions about infections, medications, or any other health concerns. And most insurance companies don't charge you for having annual wellness checks.
With them, I have the help I need to stay on top of my health game.
There are many reasons to have a primary care provider, but if you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Visit chistvincent.com to find a primary care provider.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hugs. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Ah, the sights and sounds of Arkansas summer. And the coolest place to be is at Saracen Casino Resort, where tomorrow someone will win an exciting Lexus LC 500 Coupe. Just use your Saracen Players Card and play to win Lexus's most exciting sports car ever. Play often and earn entries for your chance at winning a Lexus LC 500 Coupe from Saracen Casino Resort, only 40 minutes from Little Rock.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Did you know that Henderson State University offers a nurturing classroom environment with caring faculty who will invest in your career success? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come check us out. Visit hsu.edu/getready for additional information. Did you know that Henderson State University offers the only aviation degree in Arkansas? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come fly with us. Visit hsu.edu/aviation for additional information.
Online in minutes. Visit SimmonsBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All accounts subject to approval. Restrictions apply.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy.
Sound check. Testing 1 2.
That your body's healthy. And that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
College dreams come true at the University of Central Arkansas, especially now with the UCA commitment. This new program provides a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees for Arkansas students whose families earn $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. It's fewer barriers and endless opportunities. Welcome to Bear Country. Learn more at
You need plug in? No.
Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game.
No, I've got a...
With the right fibers 100% fiber edge, you always win. You win with our fastest speeds up to 5 gig. You win with our smart Wi-Fi. You win with our free installation, unlimited data, and local support. Winning with Right Fiber will make you fall in love with gig speed internet. Get Right Fiber. Get gig speed. Sign up and win at rightfiber.com.
Welcome back to the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day show, and we just looked at Rex's Road to the Rock rankings presented by the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. We just looked at some top matchups from each classification. I mean, you have games like Junction City, Mount Ida in the Class 2A, Prescott Salem in 3A. You got Elkins and Dardanelle in the Class 4A. Prairie Grove and Farmington in 5A, Marion and Harding Academy in 6A, and of course Conway versus Bentonville in the Class 7A. Really all top 5 matchups from each classification. But now I want to look at the Hatcher Agency Big Game of the Week. Man, this is a big one. I have seen it all over my Twitter feed, my X feed, whatever you wanted to call it. But man, this is a big one right here. It has to be Shiloh Christian versus Little Rock Christian. You got a 6A team and a 7A team. They've both bumped up in classifications throughout the years, but two really, really great football teams. Man, they got quarterbacks that can really chunk the ball down the field. They got running backs. They got Power 5 offered offensive linemen. Great coaches on both sides of the ball. But man, that is going to be a great, great game there in Springdale, Arkansas. Having played in that game before with Shiloh Christian, my old co-host of this show, Kendall Givens, used to play for Little Rock Christian, and man, we used to always just love watching this game. It was a great game every year. I know Kendall was there at Little Rock Christian right there. So I got buddies on both sides of the ball, Should be a great football game. But that is going to be our Hatcher Agency big game of the week, and that'll do it for this week's edition of the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day show. We invite you to join us on this station tonight from 10 o'clock to midnight as Rex Nelson and Richard Atkinson bring you the Simmons
And
Bank.
as they're talking, if you're watching the live streams, they're talking about that show is on KCJC 102.3, runs from 10 o'clock till midnight. Not a bad thing to turn it on and just listen to all the scores for a couple hours from high school football tonight. We are listening to the radio broadcast here on our live stream, and so here in a minute you're going to hear the coaches show. That'll start our pregame shows. We visited with Coach Wheeler yesterday about tonight's game, and that's coming up here in just a moment. Appreciate you joining us here on Cyclone Booth. Click subscribe if you haven't already. What will happen is, it won't cost you anything. It'll actually alert you anytime we go live with anything Cyclone related. We'll tune in now to the coaches show and then be live from the stadium in about 10 minutes.
Arkansas Tech University, Chicken Mart by Union Bank, River Valley Tinting and Glass, Huntington Learning Center, Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Feltner's Athletes Corner, Arkansas Beauty College, Phil Wright Autoplex, Arkansas Tire and Auto, Gene Simple Treats, Russellville School District, Sorrell's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Chambers Bank, R&R Express, Stella Manor, and by Dr. Blaine Leeds DDS, Russellville Cyclone Football on River Country KCJC.
It's time for the Russell Cyclone Coaches Show. I'm Mickey Duval. Tonight, the Cyclones are home against Greenbrier. Cyclones are coming off a 48-35 loss in their season opener last week against Morrilton. Russellville had over 300 yards of rushing. Greenbrier Panthers also had an explosive night on the ground last week and a big win at Warren. Panthers are ranked in the top 10 in Class 5A. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Cyclone head coach Dave Wheeler about tonight's matchup. This is a Cyclone Football Coaches Show on the EAB Sports Network.
Johnny Storian with a thought from Alathus Realty. With years of experience, knowledge, and a network of relationships, they ensure you'll get the most for your house. So when it comes time to put that property on the market or begin looking for that next dream home you have, don't delay. Call Brent Preddy and the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville, 968-5668, or check them out, russellvilleliving.com.
Welcome back to the Cyclone Coaches Show. We visited with Cyclone coach Dave Wheeler and asked him how do they stop the great running back from Greenbrier, Enoch Hassan.
I don't know. He's good. Obviously, anybody can be stopped. But difference in this year and last year, in my opinion, is he's better. I mean, he looks thicker and he looks stronger and he looks even faster. So he's done a really good job in his off season of preparing and hitting the weight room and doing the things he had to do. I know I talked to their coach and he raves about him and praises him and all that, and was wanting him to get a chance to go to play college football somewhere. And he told me about his home life, and it's kind of an interesting story. But I think he's done all those things. So, and obviously offers are on the table for him. So that's happening. The other thing that helps him is their offensive line is really, really good, and they're really, really big. When you're big and you're good and you got a small kid like that just hiding behind him, and just all of a sudden he squirts out and he's got speed and got some maneuverability, can adjust, it makes a difference. So I think he's a really good football player. I think the kid we played last week was really good. I think this kid's a little better, just from the standpoint he's stronger, a little more physical when he runs through contact. But I think they're very similar. But this year, this kid's got a better offensive line blocking in front of him. So.
Last year, y'all beat them 10-7, and they punted a lot and all that stuff. You kind of kept them down. Are you able to go back and look at games from last year? Or does it not matter because of personnel changes?
Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. It depends on the team you're playing. I mean, offensively, they've changed. They're running some things that are similar, but their concept as far as their run game is the same, but how they do it and where he aligns at is different, and they changed their approach on how they're hitting more downhill with him, so you can see, I think they're doing that so you can see the hole better and see the cutbacks better. And it's helped him a lot. You can see it's helped his vision. So from that standpoint, they're not the same as last year. And up front, they were big last year. I didn't think you can get bigger, but they're bigger than they were last year. I don't know how, but they are. I don't know how they're in 5A, to be honest. Their O-line and their D-line is the size of Bryant and, Fayetteville when I coached up there, and, Bentonville and those guys. They're that big. So, I mean, I don't and every one of them, they don't have a small kid. So it's interesting to see a school like that size in 5A have those type of kids, and they got them on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line. They will be the biggest football team we see all year. That's saying something with the people we play. So from that standpoint, it's just going to be can we use our speed and move around and make them chase us a little bit, and hopefully put them in wrong positions and make that kid bounce when he didn't want to bounce, or make him cut when he didn't want to cut, and that's what we're going to try and do.
I was talking to somebody today about all the different places that you coached in, college level to high school, and you're bound to have a relationship with almost everybody. What's your relationship with Coach Tribble?
Well, he was at Harding when I was at Arkansas Tech and when I was at West Georgia, and so I've coached against him for several years, and so I've known him for a long time, and he's a guy that I think is a coaching friend of mine, that we talked about things here and there, and good coach. He was a good coach at Harding. What they did at Harding, I thought when I was at Tech and we had that really special year back in 2004, we were really good on defense, and we led the nation in about 6 categories, but that was a game that it changed how I called defenses, was because of what he did with the personnel, and was the first time I've ever seen a coach at that level use the same personnel for 2 different formations, 2 different sets. They use their tight ends as receivers, and then they come back and play tight ends, and that really jacked with me, because I was back in those days, I was making calls based on personnel groups, and so it was all off a wristband, and it was conflicting. It was hard on our kids. So at halftime, we were down at halftime. I can't remember what, but we came back and won. But it was a big adjustment, and ever since that game is when I changed and started doing things how we call defense. How I call defense is different because of that.
That's Dave Wheeler. We'll look at the 6A West matchups tonight when we come back.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school, and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
Welcome back to the Cyclone pregame show. Last week in the 6A West, 3 teams in the top 5 in Class 6A. Greenwood survived a scare, coming back to beat Bentonville West 35-31. It was their 70th consecutive home victory. Mountain Home beat West Plains, Missouri 49-30. Van Buren won the Battle of the Bone for the 3rd year in a row, defeating Alma in that rivalry game 40-29. Lake Hamilton lost to Lakeside 56-21. Southside defeated Northside 47-27 in the Battle of Rogers Avenue. And Silent Springs was leading Rogers Heritage 21-0, but the game was called due to an issue with stadium lights. The game was declared a no contest as it did not reach halftime. Tonight's games in the 6A West, of course, Russellville hosting Greenbrier. Northside is at Greenwood. Greenwood's won this game 6 times in a row against Northside. Little Rock Southwest is at Lake Hamilton. The Wolves blew out Southwest last year 49-0. Van Buren steps up in class to host Springdale. Little Rock Christian's at Shiloh Christian. Shiloh won this game 44-40 last year. Alma's at Siloam Springs. The Panthers coach Doug Lockridge coached at Alma for 7 years. And a big rivalry game in North Arkansas. Mountain Home's at Harrison. The Bombers have won this game the last 2 years, but only 19 victories in the previous in all the 78 meetings. Fort Smith Southside is idle tonight. Coming up next, we'll move our pregame show to Cyclone Stadium. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
The ATU Admissions Office invites all River Valley High School students to attend the ARC-ACRO College Planning Program on Thursday, September 18th, located at Tucker Coliseum from 9 to 11 a.m. Learn more about college, vocational, and technical schools and military branches all under one roof. Meet with representatives and gather resources to help you map out your future. Whether you're interested in academic pathways, training programs, or a career in the armed forces, this event has something for you. For more information, call us at 479-968-0343.
Russellville Cyclone football is brought to you on River Country KCJC in part by Nice Campers, Ritter, First State Bank by Lathis Realty, Congressman Bruce Westerman, Arkansas Tech University, Chicken Mart by Union Bank, River Valley Tinting and Glass, Huntington Learning Center, Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Feltner's Athletes Corner, Arkansas Beauty College, Phil Wright Autoplex, Arkansas Tire and Auto, Gene Simple Treats, Russellville School District, Sorrel's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Chambers Bank, R&R Express, Stella Manor, and by Dr. Blaine Leeds DDS. Russellville Cyclone football on River Country KCJC.
And welcome, friends. We're coming to you live from Cyclone Stadium tonight, where it's cloudy, 78 degrees. Conditions are perfect for some Cyclone football. Good evening. I'm Mickey Duval bringing this game to you from the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Lathis Realty. We welcome you if you're listening to us on FM 102.3 KCJC, if you're watching the live stream on Cyclone Booth YouTube page. Remember, you can always get all that info on the EAB app. I'm Mickey Duval, my color man Aaron Duval, our media team Chase and Maggie Canfield, our engineer producer Stephen Berry back at the River Valley Radio Studios. Russellville here at Cyclone Stadium tonight, taking on Greenbrier. Last week, as we look at our Cyclone Rewind, Russellville rushed for over 300 yards, had a 9-point lead at halftime, but lost to Morrilton 48-35. Cyclone defense held the Devil Dogs' passing attack to just 104 yards. Really had trouble containing their running game, though, and that was kind of explosive and unexpected, to be honest with you. Everybody talked about Morrilton's passing. It was their running game they got going last week. Greenbrier fell behind at Warren by 12 in the first quarter, but scored 29 straight points in the second quarter. They cruised to a 57-32 victory. Enoch Hassan rushed for 6 touchdowns, had one more receiving, 7 total touchdowns for Enoch Hassan. He'll be a main topic of our conversation, our broadcast tonight. We turn our focus now to the Rocks forecast. Aaron Duval, what do you think about tonight's game?
Well, last week against Morrilton, it really was a game of two halves. The first half, we scored 29 points. Second half, we only scored 6. And I think that's probably what the coaching staff worked on this week. We've got to be more consistent in 4 quarters of scoring. My concern right now is our quarterback carrying the ball 25 times last week. He's a great runner. I mean, he proved that rushing for over 200 yards. But as a quarterback, he takes some hits. And we've got to keep him healthy for about 9 games this year. Our defense played very well against Morrilton. They faced a quarterback that came in with a lot of publicity. They did a good job on him. We're facing another one tonight, a very tough quarterback in Palmer. He's 6'4", 185 pounds. And as you said, the running back, Hassan, he's 5'8", 185 pounds. So the defense is going to have their work cut out for them. We've got to keep our offense on the field. That's what we've got to do. We've got to work the clock. We've got to get first downs. We've got to keep the ball moving. Now, watching this quarterback from Greenbrier, he did a lot in practice. He did a lot of swing passes. Probably didn't throw over 5 to 10 yards, maybe about 12 yards. He did a lot of rollouts, short passes to the receiver, to his running back. We might be able to look at this tonight and think, okay, maybe we can defense that. Maybe we move up on the receivers a little bit. And me saying that, he'll probably come out in the first play, he'll throw a 60-yard bomb. But I'm just saying in practice, pregame, he only threw about 12 yards the distance. I don't know if that's what he does or what, but we have got to be on our toes against this quarterback.
58% of his passes last week were screen passes. He's very efficient. When you look, wow, 17 of 21. But when you're throwing screen passes, there's not a lot of risk. I think one ball was thrown more than 25 yards of his 21 attempts last week. Didn't throw any picks against us last year. He's a very smart, very efficient quarterback. And Russellville's been hurt a little bit by injuries. Of course, we knew about Lucas Stokes, the quarterback for Russellville, that's out for the year. But then last week, we lost Cash Booker. He is done for the year. He was injured, knee injury last week. Also this week, Jerron Brown, he's also out for the Cyclones. So Russellville already injured even more. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. But we're going to take a little bit extended break here because the color guard, the RHS color guard, OTC unit for the high school marching out onto the field, and they're getting ready to present the colors and have the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and the moment of silence. So while we do that here at Cyclone Stadium, we're going to take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, under the direction of the Cyclone Band, under David Gaston, Sarah Abbott, and Brandon Brockington, the Star-Spangled Banner. Please remain standing for a moment of silence and salute to our nation, our school, and the student athletes participating in tonight's game. Thank you, and please remain standing while the flag departs the field.
Co-op in Russellville, exit 84 off Interstate 40, East Main, Russellville. Also in Booneville.
The folks at vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you. From Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. We had the ROTC unit. They present the colors, and I always enjoy when schools do that. I really like it when we do it also. We did the national anthem, Pledge of Allegiance here at Cyclone Stadium, and also a moment of silence. Both teams get ready to play their alma mater. Greenbrier is actually doing that right now. We kind of closed off before that talking about a little bit of outlooks tonight. Let's take a look at the a little bit more in-depth, statistical-wise, of the Cyclone offense and defense and Greenbriers tonight. Russellville last week only had one game to go on, but Russellville 438 total yards last week, 35 points in the loss against Morrilton, 359 yards rushing, 124 passing. As far as Greenbrier, they gave up a lot of points, a lot of yards, but they caused 4 turnovers last week against Warren, 1 fumble, and 3 interceptions. They did give up 32 points in that victory against Warren. On the other side of the ball, the Panther offense, 608 yards of offense against Warren, 332 rushing, 276 passing, a little bit more balanced. 57 points, and we mentioned the screen passing. Russellville's defense gave up 353 yards rushing, 104 passing. You're like, wow, rushing. I'm telling you, we had heard all summer about Morrilton and that passing attack and all that, and it was the rushing attack that did it for Morrilton. Kind of surprised some people. That's what we got looking like tonight. A big game in the River Valley, a huge game. I'm looking at this game over across the river with Elkins and Dardanelle, two teams that possibly could meet in the state championship. They met last year near the beginning of the season in week 1, the second game of the season, and surprisingly Elkins blew out Dardanelle 51-0. I wonder if Dardanelle's got a little payback in mind thinking about that. Both teams ended up getting knocked out of the playoffs by the same team. Dardanelle lost to Arkadelphia in the quarterfinals. Elkins, of course, lost to Arkadelphia in the state championship game. Elkins has been good for a while. That's a big game. Of course, another big game just north of us is the Rivals Cup. Atkins is at Dover. Other games in the Valley, Pottsville's at Charleston, Levac at Paris. Hector starts tonight at the game at Perryville. J.C. Westside and Danville. Clarksville and Lamar are open tonight. Well, the history between these two teams, there's not much of it. It's kind of odd. You know, within the last 10 years, we've started playing Valonia and Greenbrier, played them a lot in many other sports, basketball, baseball, softball, but not in football. In fact, this is just the 4th meeting between these two teams, and all meetings have come in the last 4 years. Russellville's undefeated. They've won 3-0 against Greenbrier last year. Tough-fought game. Russellville won a defensive struggle 10-7. It was Jesus Perez that hit a 40-yard field goal with just over 5 minutes left in the game. Cyclone defense stopped a Greenbrier team with a missed field goal late in the game. Russellville's defense allowed just 210 yards of offense, and we talked about Enoch Hassan, who had over 300 yards rushing against Warren last week. Well, last year he had 300 yards rushing against Warren leading into the Cyclone game, and he rushed for just over 100 yards against the Cyclone defense. In fact, Russellville's defense had a fantastic game. They forced 4 punts. They stopped Greenbrier twice on downs, caused 1 turnover, and that missed field goal. Russellville 3-0 all-time against the Panthers. It's a non-conference matchup tonight. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more in our pregame show, a little bit more detail about the Greenbrier Panther offense and defense, and look at the coaches between these two. There's been a lot of history between these two guys, not just Russellville Greenbrier, but Arkansas Tech and Harding. All that when we come back. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Feltner's Athletes Corner half of half clearance sale is now in progress. Save half of half off footwear from Nike, Asics, Brooks, New Balance, Keen, and Chaco. Save half of half or more on apparel from the North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, Mountain Khaki, Kavoo, Under Armour, Nike, and many more. Feltner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main Street in Russellville. Open 9:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday. All sales during this special savings event are final.
Ready to shape your future? At Arkansas Beauty College, a career in cosmetology means your success is in your hands. And with their hands-on ACCSC accredited programs, you'll have the skills and confidence to build a thriving beauty business. Plus, with financial aid available to those who qualify, your dreams are closer than ever. Imagine a future where your earnings grow with every new client you build. It's never too late to start your new career. Call Arkansas Beauty College at 968-3075 today.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Russellville is known for its rich heritage and historic downtown, surrounded by scenic lakes, hiking trails, and breathtaking views of Arkansas. We're proud to have called this community home for over 50 years. With multiple generations of our family growing up here, it's truly been a blessing. The same commitment to our hometown is what drives us every day at our dealership. Whether you're looking for the strength of a Chevrolet, the dependability of a GMC, or the trust and reliability of a Toyota, we're here to help you find that perfect vehicle for your journey. As a family-owned dealership, we believe in treating every customer like our own. Bill Wright Auto Brakes in Russellville.
KCJC Dartnell, Russellville, ladies and gentlemen. River Country, KCJC,
an EAB Media Group radio station.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium. We're so happy to bring this game to you here on the radio and also streaming the video live on the internet at Cyclone Booth YouTube channel, on the radio 102.3 KCJC. We're at the Alathus Realty broadcast booth, and very fortunate here at Russellville to have both entities, video and audio, available for you anytime. Jump in the car, listen to the radio, you pull up your phone, pull up the video, whatever you need. We're going to be able to keep tabs on some of the games. We mentioned some big games, not just in the River Valley with the Rivals Cup and Elkins at Dardanelle, but we mentioned earlier in our pregame, we kind of have to take a look at the 6A West, because remember, these games don't count as far as going to state. But it kind of lets you know how good that 6A West is, because when you look at Class 6A, 3 of the top 5 teams are in our conference, and 5 of the top 10 are in our conference. Shiloh Christian hosting Little Rock Christian, that's been a battle between those two teams for a long time. Of course, Little Rock Christian used to be in our conference. Greenwood at Northside. Greenwood's won the last 6 games at Fort Smith Northside. Lake Hamilton should have no problem at Little Rock Southwest. Van Buren had that rivalry game last week, the Battle of the Bone between the Pointers and the Airedales of Alma. Van Buren's won that one the last 3 years. Probably the one of the bigger rivalries, the teams that just don't like each other, Harrison and Mountain Home. And it kind of reminds me of Arkansas, Texas, where the two teams hate each other, but when you look at it, Harrison's won like 58 games, and Mountain Home's only won 19. But Mountain Home's won the last 2, and they're the favorite tonight to make it 3 in a row as they're hosting Harrison. Look, when that was a conference game, it was a big deal. It's a non-conference game. They're going to play it anyway. And Alma is against Siloam, the Doug Lockridge Bowl, who used to be an assistant here under Coach Holt. He's actually the head coach of Siloam, was the head coach at Alma for like 8 or 9 years. We got captains tonight, Eddie Malignus for Russellville. Also, let's see, number 5, Julius Thompson, number 90, Torres Spinner, and Salter Mahan. Let's see, also on the sidelines, not walking out there, 45 and 47, that is Jackson Booker and Nicholas Hallmark. We mentioned some of the injuries that Russellville's going to have to contend with tonight. Jaron Brown, who is out, I don't know if he's out for the season or out for a while. Of course, Cash Booker is done for the year. He was injured last week, and that poses a big problem for Coach Wheeler, and I didn't want to ask him about it because not only is he a starter on the defense, and Coach Wheeler said one of the smartest defensive players he's ever coached, but he's also the backup quarterback, and he got some snaps in last week. He rushed 3 times for 22 yards, had a big reception, setting up a scoring opportunity for Russellville, of 1 catch for 29 yards, quite a few tackles. Said he's always seems to be around the ball in the defense, and I don't know who's going to, I say it to replace him, I don't mean it that way, but who's our backup quarterback going to be? Who's going to be starting as free safety? That's something that we'll be looking at, and Coach Wheeler kind of talked to him off the air about that. He said, we're trying some different things. We're going to maybe put some people back there that haven't played back there, or they haven't played varsity ball, and that's something he's going to have to talk about. Did you see the coin toss? Yeah,
Greenbrier won, and they decided to defer to the second half. So Russellville's going to get the ball moving from south to north, from our right to left.
If Greenbrier was wearing white helmets, it would remind me of the Colts uniforms. So what they have, those stripes on the side, they're all white, but they have blue helmets with the Panther on the side. Russellville wearing their black jerseys, but what's different tonight than what was last week is they got red pants for tonight. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the kickoff. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
To the Gene Simple Treats Sugar Dome. Our reigning champ, the Salted Caramel Cupcake, is about to be awarded the belt for most delicious. But wait, watch this. It's the Triple Threat Cupcake from the top row. He's got the pin. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new champ. The Triple Threat Cupcake. Gluten-free, sugar-free, and keto-friendly. So remember Gene Simple Treats by Stovey's on Parkway. They make your life sweeter even if you can't have sugar by providing delicious and memorable treats for all occasions.
All right, welcome back. Russellville getting ready to receive the kickoff. It's time now is right before kickoff. We look to you And remind you, our Cyclone Watch, what's on the radar. We talk about Russellville stopping the run, trying to stop the run, tackling, and limiting big plays. Is that what you said, or anything else you'd like to add to that?
Well, one other thing that I said, we're going to have to keep our offense on the field and move the ball on the ground, use that clock.
Yeah, it's safe to say, moving the chains. And we kind of thought that last week with the Russellville facing Maddox-Berry, the quarterback. We think it again this week because they are some game breakers as they got one guy over on that far sideline who had 7 touchdowns, 6 rushing and 1 receiving. Best way to stop him, keep him on the sidelines. Russellville limited his yards last year after he had a big week against Warren. But, Warren's defense, a little suspect. I'll be honest with you that. Nothing to take it away against what Enoch Hassan did last week. Russellville will receive. They'll be moving towards the north, right to left on your radio dial towards the concession stand, defending Cyclone Hill. And we are ready for action. Kicking off for Greenbrier will be number 17, Ethan Rhodes. He handles all the place kicking duties. Did have 1 block last week. Check that punt partially blocked last week. He was 7 of 7 from PATs. But Russellville expecting to return this one. They have 2 return men. They're back at the 5-yard line. This one's going to angle away from Samario Hibbler. Goes off his hands and into the end zone. He didn't have control of it, so it is a touchback. It's not a thing where you have to go pick it up, a live ball. No, as soon as it crosses the goal line, it's a touchback. And so Russellville will take over at their 20-yard line. Trying to get some things situated here as we're getting ready to start. Russellville not showing their offense out on the field. I'm looking to see if I saw Booker this week. He had a big leg cast. He's down sitting at the end of the trainer's table on crutches. But he's got the jersey on. But without his services tonight and for the rest of the year. Looking for Jerron Brown, number 4, if he was somewhere on the sideline too. He said we didn't know the extent of his energy, but his injury. Russellville going to come out with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and I have left my binoculars in my suitcase here. There's a handoff to Ladarius Prince. He's got an opening. He's at the 30. He's angling towards the sideline at the 40. He's going to be drugged down just shy of midfield. Big running play to open the game for Ladarius Prince.
Well, that's what he went to that left side again, and that hole was there. That tackle and guard, they put some blocks on some people, and it opened it up for Prince.
Well, I didn't need binoculars there. He was angling right for us, 29 yards on the pickup. And look at what Russellville's doing. They're lining up to get a look, but they're going to take their time. It's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and then take a look at it. Almost like a wildcat formation. Now Prince facing the quarterback as he gets in motion, sets right next to Marcellus Olson. And Marcellus starts back left, rolling right, looking to throw. He's got plenty of time as he's rolling out of the pocket, throwing downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Had Jesus Perez in the area, a couple of flags fly, and I am wondering if this is going to be offensive pass interference. I'm not sure.
I'm afraid it is.
Well, if it is, it wasn't a bad play because it looked like they had a shot at interception. I thought Jesus Perez pushed them out of the way to make sure they didn't get an interception. Not a bad penalty. We'll see if they want to decline it and just make it second down. They're going to signal here pass interference against Russellville, and they are going to move them back. Still first down. That's a good play by Jesus Perez. That's one of those penalties you're fine with. Russellville last week was penalized 6 times for 45 yards, but that was going to be intercepted had he not done anything, I'm afraid. But 15-yard mark off. Russellville gets to do first down again, but they have 25 yards. Busted play here. Here's the handoff. Russellville will get a couple. Ball was on the turf, and Greenbrier says they have it. Sam Callahan was the runner, and I think he fumbled, and it stayed in the field of play, and Greenbrier has come up with it the first break of the game.
Yeah, he never did get out of bounds. That's where he was headed for, but they held him.
Roop Adams comes up with it is what I hear the PA guy say. So we're going to go with what he said. And Greenbrier has it at the Cyclone 38-yard line. Tough break for the Cyclones. You know, last week they fumbled on the first play of the game. And Greenbrier will have the ball at our 38-yard line. Who do you think the ball's going to go to? Tailback, way back in the backfield. He was almost 10 yards off the ball. He scoots up a little bit. Is Enoch Hassan. Ball being snapped at the 38, and he's at the 46.5-yard line. Bad snap. It's on the turf. Enoch Hassan picks it up at the 45, running laterally, and he's going to be stopped for a loss as he runs out of bounds, but not as big a loss as it could have been. He got back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, when they snapped the ball, it hit the man in motion. Looked like.
Okay, I'd wonder what happened. It sort of fluttered back there. So Enoch Hassan gets credited for a big loss on the play. And now we have a timeout, official timeout. They moved the ball back. They had moved at the 39. It's at the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 12. Back to pass. Palmer throwing. He's got a man wide open. It's complete at the 20. He's going to cruise into the end zone for the touchdown. He was wide open.
He got behind our defense a good 5 yards.
Big touchdown pass there to Salter Mahan. And that makes it 6-0. The extra point coming by Ethan Rhodes. Rolled the snap back to him. They're able to get it down. The kick is up, and it's good. 7-0. Greenbrier will take a break. 10:54 left to play here in the first quarter. Well, this is the Cyclone Football Radio Network and live stream network on the EB Radio Sports.
In the first quarter, Greenbrier 7.
Drivers start at $30.38 per hour. Substitute drivers make $30.38 per hour on routes. RSD is also looking for trip and shuttle drivers, earning $15.45 per hour for the duration of the event. And bus monitors for $15 per hour. Drivers and monitors can receive teacher retirement, and drivers are eligible for insurance. RSD is a registered training site if you don't have your CDL. Apply online at the RussellvilleSchools.net transportation page.
Welcome back. Well, not the way you want to start for the Cyclones, but that's the way they start anyway. They turn the ball over 2 plays later. Greenbrier leads at 7-0 on a 40-yard touchdown pass from Jack Palmer to Salter Mahan. Not really the throw that you were talking about downfield, but he was wide open. Again, I just think that our defense is so concerned about Enoch Hassan. They had their head in the backfield, and that's totally understandable. When a guy runs for 314 yards against Warren last week, you're thinking about that. The kickoff is going to be taken by the Cyclones, but a yard deep in the end zone. You're not allowed to run that out, so Russellville will have the ball again at their own 20, trailing 7-0. Well, that scoring summary, Russellville, after the turnover, gives up a touchdown, 38 yards in just 2 plays. Mahan catching the 40-yard touchdown pass. Ethan Rhodes added the extra point. The drive just took 17 seconds. Russellville will take over at the 20 once again, starting this second drive. Marcellus Olson Patton in their quarterback. This time we'll have 3 receivers to his right side rather than his left side. This is Ladarius Prince, who will take the handoff, runs into a lineman, spins away for a yard, maybe 2, depending on where they spot it.
They gained positive yards, a couple of yards, but it's going to be tough going up the middle against this defense.
Ladarius Prince last week had 64 yards on 17 carries, did have a touchdown run. Career-wise for the Cyclones, Prince has 711 yards rushing. He comes out of the game. Russellville has about 3 backs they can use. The one they put in now is Sam Callahan. Maybe want to get some confidence back for him. They are going to hand it to him. Try to get the sweep, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage as he loses a couple yards to the 20. 2 yards plus, 2 yards minus. Russellville looking at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that Greenbrier defense, they had 3 defenders out there waiting on him. It's hard to go anywhere when it's like that.
Carter Shoemate, loss of 2, 2nd down, make that 3rd down and 10.
3rd down and 10 for the Cyclones. Trailing 7-0, under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Got to pick up a first down here. Help that defense out. 2 receivers to the right. Olsen, he's got 4 receivers in the pattern, nowhere to go. He's going to tuck it and run. Breaks an arm tackle at the 23. He'll get to the 26. He needed about 4 more yards. Boy, he had an opening there. I thought he was going to be able to break that one, but it'll bring up 4th down. Russellville did not punt last week at all. Jesus Perez taking over the punting duties this year. We'll see if they punt. This will be the first punt of the season. They went for it on 4th down every single time last week, and they were successful on 3 of the 5. Perez kicks this one. It's going to hit near the 50, take a Cyclone roll into Greenbrier territory. They're going to get pretty good field position as this goes to the 46-yard line. It'll be a 28-yard punt with no return.
Jesus Perez, the punter for Russellville.
I'm surprised Greenbrier not rushing the punter, but they didn't. They were looking for a return.
Yeah, you wonder, did they see something on film? But there was nothing on film for Russellville. The Cyclones didn't punt last week, but they really didn't have an opportunity to. It seemed like every time Russellville had a 4th down, they were around midfield or even on Morrilton's side. Greenbrier coming out on the field for their 3rd play from scrimmage. They went 38 yards in 2 plays to score the touchdown. They'll start here from their own 46-yard line. Jack Palmer, number 9, the quarterback. Enoch Hassan, who officially has 1 carry. It was pickup of a bad snap, though. And he is going to get the carry here, running left side, and he runs into a wall. He's going to be wrestled down for a 1-yard loss. And I tell you, you run for 300 yards in your opening game, you're going to be the target all week, and the defense is going to hear about it, and that's what the Cyclone defense has heard about all week.
That's good pursuit by the defense. Good gain tackling on this guy.
Second down and 11 as Hassan lost a yard. They run now the shotgun, and he's right behind the quarterback. They'll hand it to him again, and he's going to break a tackle at the line and take it down at midfield. They'll give him the 49-yard line of Russellville. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. A pickup of 6 yards on the play, so officially now he's got 3 carries for 3 yards. 3rd and 5. They may stick with the run. They are fine with doing that. They only attempted 21 passes last week, completed 17 of them. We'll see what they do on 3rd and 5. They're going to roll out. Completed pass here to the backup running back, and he's going to be very close to a first down. Caden Cummings, number 0, and I think he has it. I don't know. I thought he had it. Not a great spot for him, but there is a flag back in the backfield, and this is in the area of holding right at midfield. Callahan making the stop is what they said. Callahan, one of many Cyclones that had to play both ways. I think they like that. They like not coming off the field. They're talking about it. The flag is right at midfield, which is a yard behind where the ball was snapped. I think it would be a first down, but they're talking to Coach Wheeler. I honestly don't know what the discussion is because the man in the white hat just kind of keeps looking around. We'll see. Now, they have a lot of crews now. They have the microphone system. They're waving it off.
Yeah.
Waved off the flag, but they're putting the ball back where it was. Wheeler doesn't understand. Greenbrier doesn't understand. They're waving off, so it's like a no play because they're bringing it back. And now they're saying, no, wait, so we wave it off. We got to go where it was put down. And, boy, I'm really confused. I'll let you sort this one out.
And they gave him a first down.
Yeah.
The result of the play.
Okay, yeah, they waved it off, and they were going to put it down back where it was. And that didn't make any sense, like a no play. But they do get the result of the play, which is exactly 5 yards what they needed. First down at 10 here. Here's a completed screen pass. They're going to lose yardage on that one. Caden Cummings, he's going to be upset with his S-back out there, Zachary Evans, who missed the block. He took a shot in the gut.
I tell you what, the defense sniffed that one out. Good play by the defense out there.
Well, 58% of his passes last week, Jack Palmer, were screen passes. And they They've tried two now. They do different looks. It's not the exact same one, but consecutive back-to-back screen passes now. Go for +5 and -2. Second down and 12. They do still like to run out of this set as they have two running backs. They usually send one guy in motion. Doesn't look like they're going to here. They're going to give it to Asan, who's running the short side of the field. Has to stop at the line of scrimmage. He'll lean forward and get a couple yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. He may get some yards, but so far he's getting hit on every play.
Well, that's what you do with a running back of this guy's talent. You have to hit him and hit him hard, and you have to hit him below the waist.
He's an all-state running back, rushed for over 2,000 yards last year, including 22 touchdowns. But 3rd down and 10, empty backfield. This is where you want him. You want him in 3rd down and long. Asan, the running back, is actually split the inside receiver on the far side. They have 5 wide receivers here, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. We'll see if they set up a bubble screen here. He's looking left, looks back right, throws a little skinny post. Is complete, 1st down and a whole lot more. At the 20, 15, 10, 5. It's going to be a touchdown for Trendon Mosley. On the 3rd down and long play, goes 44 yards for the score. Just a little skinny post. They found the inside there. There was nobody playing in the middle of the field. Completed that easy pitch and catch. And I don't know if he was touched when he went into the end zone.
A little 15-yard pass. That's what they worked on in pregame.
Their fight song is the Razorback fight song. How about that? 13-0, awaiting the extra point by Ethan Rhodes. Russellville looked like they got a hand on it, but it still goes through. 14-0. Greenbrier leads it with 5:44 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Since 1971, Sorrell's Body Shop's top priority has been customer satisfaction. The folks at Sorrell's get the job done right by providing their customers state-of-the-art equipment, highly skilled professional service technicians. The mission at Sorrell's is to deliver the most professional, ethical, highest quality service while giving back to their community every day. Sorrell's Body Shop, proudly supporting the Russellville school system. Go Cyclones.
Welcome back. So Greenbrier, after stopping Russellville, goes 54 yards in 6 plays. Doing this totaling here. Jack Palmer hit Trendon Mosley for a 44-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good by Greenbrier. They lead at 14-0. We talked about moving the chains, keeping the offense off the field. Now Russellville really needs some points in the worst way. They got to have something on this drive before it gets out of hand. 5:44 left to play here in the first quarter. The Cyclones trailing 14-0. This one could be returnable. Now they're going to let it go into the end zone. So Russellville once again will have the ball at their own 20-yard line. The 4th meeting between these two schools, we have a penalty flag at the 34-yard line. We'll have to check this out. Russellville is 3-0 against Greenbrier again. They played the last 4 consecutive years. The first 2 were actually because they were conference opponents, and they just kept it going. Last year and this year is a 2-game series. Most non-conference matchups are a 2-year contract, and so that's kind of what happens there. On that, look, you have a kickoff return that doesn't yield any yards, no return at all, goes in the end zone, and it's a holding penalty called on Russellville. I don't know if I've seen that before. So they'll put us back to the 10-yard line.
First down and 10, Russellville at the 10-yard line. The Cyclones
Russellville will be put on, and they put it on the left hash. That's odd. The ball went out on the far right hash. Maybe that's some rule. I thought they had to put it in the middle of the field. But Cyclones will have the ball at their own 10, though. It's 1st and 10. It's not 1st and 20. High snap, and they hand off to Ladarius Prince, and he'll get a couple yards out to the 12.
Well, we're still working the left side of that offensive line of ours, and had a few blocks out there, but just Greenbrier's defense is very fast, very quick.
Yeah, Carson Harris, a left tackle out there. But if you heard Coach Wheeler in the pregame show, he said the biggest change for them, because they had Enoch Hassan last year when Russellville won 10-7, is the offense and defensive line. He said the size. He said they had new players come in, and that's been the biggest difference. Here's Sam Callahan getting outside. He's across the 15, breaks a tackle. He's got the first down, and he's going to be stacked up. Powell moves from the 25 to the 27-yard line. Cyclones have their second first down of the night.
That's a good run. That's to the right side, and good running.
Yeah, 15 yards on the carry. Russellville's longest play tonight. They have it first and 10 at the 27-yard line of the Cyclones. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, trailing 14-0. Changing out some personnel packages. Jerron Brown, who's injured, again played offense and defense. So you bump up the wide receivers here. 3 wide receivers in the pattern, 2 very close to the line of scrimmage. Jesus Perez will motion out, and they're going to turn and fake the handoff. Marcellus Olsen slips in the backfield, regains his footing, and is going to be tackled for a loss on the play. I thought they reached up and grabbed his face mask. I think maybe they just got maybe close to the collar there for the loss on the play. It looked like he stumbled there, just couldn't get his footing.
Yeah, he did.
We had a little bit of rain, not much, a little bit of rain in the afternoon. Just almost a dusting. Here at Cyclone Stadium, under 4 minutes to go first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Cyclones. That's just Marcellus's second carry tonight. That goes for no yards, so he's 2 for 6. He'll hand off here to Callahan, running left side. He's across the 30 before being ridden down. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Cyclones. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at what's going around Cyclone Country, all the other sports going on. We got updates from volleyball, tennis, golf. No updates from junior high football. The Whirlwinds had a bye week this week. Their first week, the game was canceled due to weather, so they actually scrimmaged yesterday and talked to one of the players. He said, we're just ready to hit somebody that isn't a Whirlwind. We're wanting to play. Run the option on 3rd down. Olsen, boy, that's cut off and closed, and they drop him for a loss on the play. Greenbrier is like they were in our huddle on that one. They knew that was coming. And that's going to be a loss back to the 29-yard line. The Cyclones lose 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 4th down and 8. Tough going for the Cyclones. 58 yards on 3 offensive possessions, 1 turnover, and now about to be 2 punts.
And I think you can see this Greenbrier's defense is very quick.
It's a pretty good punt. It's going to back up the punt return. He called for the fair catch. He let it go. It hits at the 30 and rolls inside the 20 to the 16-yard line.
Don't think they were expecting that.
No, 55-yard punt.
No return for the Panthers.
So the Cyclones punt it away, but a great punt by Jesus Perez flipping the field here. 2:21 left in the first quarter. Greenbrier has it at their own 16-yard line. Well, it's been 2 big pass plays. That's how Greenbrier has scored. 40 yards and 44 yards. Russellville has shut down their key component, just like they did last week with Morrilton's passing game. Shut that down, but it was the big plays opposite. And they're going to go with an empty backfield here. Palmer fakes it. He's going to run it. He's going to wish he hadn't. He's going to be hitting the backfield. Breaks a tackle, though, and he's going to get back to the 15-yard line. He was hit back around the 10. And that was, I thought that was going to be a big loss on the play. He ends up losing 1. Did not get sacked last week. That's technically not a sack because he was running on the play. You had mentioned that he had 1 carry for -5 yards last week as he'd run out of bounds on a play. Usually doesn't get his clothes dirty. They usually protect him. That big offensive line, 2 guys over 300 pounds. They'll hand it off to Enoch Hassan, slipping through, and not much there. They have the right tackle, number 75, Dalton Strader. He's a first-team All-Arkansas Prep, 6'2", 275, and just a junior. They ran away from him that time, though.
Oh, he got back to the original line of scrimmage. So.
Evan Stovall on the tackle along with Virgil.
Yeah, they have been close at the 15, and now an official timeout, second one we've seen. And, you know, we had some clock issues a little bit last week, but jumping around, and I think that may be what they're doing now. And they would come over to talk to Coach I thought they were talking to Coach Wheeler, talking to somebody trying to get something back up in the booth, so I'm not sure. As we're kind of on the opposite side of the press box area. And now Now they're calling over the athletic director, Ben Goodman, and the White Hat's talking to him. And they are talking about the clock. They're looking at that now, and he's trying to call. Okay. Chase Canfield, our media team, says they haven't run the clock. It should be at 1:25, and it's still stuck at 2:21. Maybe went to the concession stand, try to get an early jump on the between quarters. We'll see. You say 1:25, Chase. We'll see what they put it at. If they say, hey, just wake him up. Maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to wake him up, so they're going to roll it. So 3rd down and 11. And now we have movement.
Yeah, I think it's against Greenbrier.
A false start. Yep, they're going to move him back to the 10-yard line.
Against the Panthers, 5-yard penalty. Makes it 3rd down and 16.
3rd and 16.
Well, we're in a position now to really do some damage here on defense.
Yeah. You hold them here, you're going to make them punt deep in their own end. And they bring the running back, Son, back. They may be thinking, hey, let's just get some yards. Maybe we can break one. Don't want to take chances. They are not a team that likes to take chances and throw the ball around, but they are going to throw it here. A little hitch go, far side, incomplete. There, they were trying to go to Mosley. Looked like he stutter-stepped. I don't know if it was a double move or a hitch and go, like I said, but it's incomplete. And they surprised me by going the throwing route there. They're going to have to punt it away, and they're going to snap this one into the end zone.
I would love to see that ball sail over his head.
Yeah, how about that? Me too. He's going to be closer to the line. They're not going to snap this one all that deep. Okay, now he's backing up. Back to the 2. Oh, boy, Russellville almost got that one blocked, but they do get the kick away. It's going to be fielded at the 45-yard line. Into Greenbrier territory at the 40, 35, and taken down at the 34. Hibbler is the one. They say he fumbled, and Greenbrier's saying, we got it. We're going to wait and see.
No signal yet.
Yeah.
On the play, recovered by the Panthers. Timeout.
Russellville
Timeout.
has an injured player down.
It's Russellville's ball.
PA guys said that it was Greenbrier ball. I thought he was down, and they do say he's down. The officials say, no, he's down. It was a 45-yard punt, 22-yard return by Hibbler. And I thought he was down, but Russellville actually, I think, came up with the ball anyway. So, yeah, 45-yard punt, 22-yard return. And the injured player on the far side is a Russellville Cyclone. So we're going to take a quick break here. 1:37 left to play here in the first quarter. Cyclones trailing 14-0. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Twist the throttle, tame the trails, power through tough jobs. Honda's Ride Red Summer Sales Event is your chance to bring it home. And it's all happening now at Honda of Russellville. Explore Honda's rugged and reliable ATVs and side-by-sides, legendary street bikes, and full line of dependable off-road and adventure bike. Hurry to Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive in Russellville today and save big on your dream Honda through September 30th. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side dents and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 and older.
Well, across the river, we've got Dardanelle and Elkins. They are through one quarter of play and tied at 7. Mountain Home leading Harrison 7-0. That's early second quarter score. Atkins leading Dover 21-0 in that matchup. And coming up at halftime, we'll give you all the scores that we can grab from the 6A West and also locally. Shiloh Christian leading Little Rock Christian in the first quarter, score 14-3. And Charleston in the first quarter leading Pottsville 6-0. The player that's having to be helped off the field for Russellville, I believe, is Mario Hibbler. And he was the special teams player of the game last week against Morrilton. He actually returns this punt for 22 yards, set up Russellville beautifully in Greenbrier territory, and he's hobbling off the field.
Saw good sportsmanship when he was coming off. People are applauding over here, but the Greenbrier players were applauding him. And also, when he went down, the trainers for Greenbrier rushed out there on the field very quickly to check on him. And I thought that was pretty good.
Well, the Cyclones just been snake bit with all the injuries in the offseason, after week 1, during week 1. And losing 2 players, one in the game last week, one during this week, and Hibbler being helped off the field. He's off the field now. Russellville will start this drive down 14-0, but they started at the Panther 33-yard line. Tight formation here with some beef in there. I see big S-back going to lead the way. Russellville hands it off to Ladarius Prince. He's inside the 30 to the 25 and push the pile. They're going to mark him down. His poor progress stopped at the 25, 8 yards on the pickup.
Boy, that was right up the middle. That was a great push by that offensive line of Russellville.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was Ethan Bartlett or Jackson Booker for Russellville, but it's an 8-yard pickup for Ladarius. The Cyclones trailing 14-0 with 1 minute, 6 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, but on the move. Second down and short. Olsen, he'll run a Wildcat package, and Greenbrier just fought straight through the line. They just jumped the gaps there, and they're going to drop us for a loss of a couple yards. They're not going to go for any fakes because they watched the film last week and what Marcellus did to Morrilton. I think they're just going to go hit Marcellus whether he's got the ball or not.
Well, I think they want him to pass. If they can keep Russellville from getting first downs and force us to pass.
Yeah, Russellville has not been credited with attempted pass tonight. They did throw one, but it was a penalty, so it got negated. On third down, here's the give to this is give to Ladarius Prince as he stacked up for maybe one. Maybe. If they give it to us, it'll bring up fourth down. Well, from here, it would be a 44-yard field goal, which is actually close to what Jesus Perez hit last year to beat Greenbrier in the 10-7 victory, just over 5 minutes left. But that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. So we'll take a break, see what Russellville wants to do on 4th and 4. Cyclones trailing 14-0 to Greenbrier. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
Score big at R&R Tire Express. R&R has the winning play for your ride with a brand new set of Nexen passenger tires. And right now, just $20 gets you started. Plus, drive away today for only $20 a week with no interest and 6 months same as cash. R&R on East Parkway Drive next to Starbucks in Russellville.
Everybody needs a little R&R.
For a free quote, text the word tires to 43414.
The Cyclones trailing 14-0 here as we start the second quarter. In that first quarter, 64 yards of offense for Russellville, 91 for Greenbrier. Cyclones all 64 yards came on the ground, 13 carries. Greenbrier, 87 of their 91 have come through the air, which was, again, not as advertised. They have 4 rushing yards on 6 carries. But Russellville has fumbled the ball, and they've lost the field position battle. That's what's caused the 2 touchdowns. Russellville, though, looking at 4th and 4 at the Panther 27-yard line. And talking about it, they had plenty of time to think about this, and they're going to go for a field goal here. Not quite in the middle, a little bit shaded towards the left hash, and Daughtry Renfro will put it down at the 35-yard line. So this will be a 45-yard attempt. Jesus definitely has the leg. First play of the second quarter, he's going to kick it. He's definitely got the leg and hits the crossbar and comes back. Just misses. I said definitely the leg, just didn't quite get over the crossbar. And so Russellville will miss the field goal and not score on that drive.
He had the leg to it. It's no question if he just had a little more height to the kick, it'd have went over with plenty of room.
They didn't start the clock. They're still stuck at 12 minutes. Now, here's the thing. In high school football, that's like a punt. And so it crossed the goal line, and so the other team gets it at the 20-yard line. Yeah, we're going to mark it at 11:57. I'm going to say about 3 seconds, but they have to start the clock on that, and they didn't. So as we start the second quarter officially, whether we count that play or not, Greenbrier will have it at their own 20. They'll bring a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Enoch Hassan, and he's got to dodge people before he even gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's been his first quarter, and he loses yards on that play. Hassan did not lose yards on any single play last week, but he has tonight. In fact, he's got 6 carries, 3 yards.
Number 89, Parker's the one who made the stop. He had him wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. He wasn't going to go anywhere.
Good job, Madden. Just a sophomore. 2nd down and 12 after a loss of 2. Play action. They'll roll out to the right, and they've got a completed pass there to Zachary Evans. He dodges a man at the 30, 35, and he'll be stopped shy of the 40-yard line. Palmer getting that pass to the S-back. He caught 1 pass last week for 13 yards. This one here goes for 21 yards and a first down. And now a timeout called by Russellville. They want to talk about it on defense there. So we'll take a quick break. 11:15 left to play in the first half. Russellville trailing 14-0. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Stella Manor Nursing and Rehabilitation provides skilled professional care in a compassionate, supportive, and comfortable atmosphere. Whether it's long-term care, a short-term respite, or 24-hour skilled nursing, Stella Manor offers compassionate, professional support in a comfortable, family-like setting. With a full therapy program, hospice partnerships, and director-led activities every day, your loved one receives care that goes beyond the basics. Stella Manor, care with a personal touch and all the comforts of home. Call or visit today to see the difference compassion makes at Stella Manor Nursing and Rehabilitation.
You know, Coach Wheeler did this last week, and he's always used his timeouts freely in the first half. And a lot of times when you do that, you're okay with using it on defense to settle your team down. And Greenbrier, again, totally uncharacteristic what they did last week. They have 108 yards passing, 2 yards rushing. Russellville has shut down their rushing attack, but they're using that. And that play-action pass there, Russellville bid on it, and you don't blame them the way they ran. They ran for over 300 yards last week on 1st and 10 here to give us to Caden Cummings, the backup running back, number 0, who only had 2 carries last week. He'll step out of bounds at about a 5-6 yard gain. I'm sorry.
Russellville's doing a good job as far as pursuing the running backs, and we just got to wrap him up and bring him down.
On 2nd down, they're going to hand off here to Hassan, and this is his longest run of the night as he gets into Cyclone territory to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 6 yards on the play.
Stovall on the tackle. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers.
1st down and 10 for Greenbrier. Hope you relax enjoying this game. Russellville trailing 14-0. Under 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Enoch Hassan getting it once again. This time he breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet to get inside the 45 to the 44. And now starting to break a few tackles. You don't want to see that.
Haney's the one who made him hit on and brought him down. Good job wrapping him up.
Yeah. Ethan Haney got quite a few offers himself. Started playing significant time as a sophomore. This Cyclone defense played both ways in junior high. Back to pass is Palmer. Has to roll out of the pocket. Here comes the pressure. He's going to throw it downfield. He's completed a pass there to Mosley, who had the touchdown reception in the first one, and is going to be drugged down at the 15-yard line. We have a late flag coming in, and this is going to be a completed pass. We got 2 flags here. I think this may be against Greenbrier, but it was after the pass play. They mark him down at the 26-yard line. They're going to talk about it since there's 2 flags they're talking about. They have that system, these officials do, where they can talk to each other. They're little radios, and so they were communicating early on, you could tell, and now they huddle together. The ball is being placed down at the 16-yard line. Right now it'd be a 28-yard pass play.
I think it's an unsportsmanlike.
Really, I thought it was a pick play, but which would negate the whole thing, but we'll see. Now the white hat, they're breaking up the huddle, and the white hat's coming over to signal. And you're right, it's personal foul. Crackback block against Greenbrier.
Personal foul penalty against the penalty.
Yeah, that you can't do that anymore. They're taking that out of the game, and I don't know if we have seen that actually. So get this, they have to mark it back at the 21.
The result of the play is
And so it's a 23-yard play, but the penalty moves it back to the 37-yard line.
But they get a first down.
Yes, they do get a first down. So they'll have it at the Cyclone 37, but a first down. So in essence, basically what happened was they gained 7 yards and get the first down. Enoch Hassan, the running back for Greenbrier. Play action to him. Palmer going to stay in the pocket, floating downfield. He had a man wide open, and he overshot him. He had Caden Cummings. That would have been an easy touchdown. You know, last week he completed his last 7 passes. That one was tailor-made for a score, and Palmer would like to have that one back. Russellville dodging a bullet, trailing by 2 scores here. They really need a turnover. 9:31 left to play here in the first half, trailing 14-0. Man in motion. They're going to give it to Hassan. He's got a big hole running right side. He's going to angle out at bounds, very close to a first down. I think they're going to say he stepped out about a yard away from that first down marker. I think they're putting him at the 28-yard line. He's got 23 yards on 9 carries. And they do mark him at the 28, 3rd down and 1. Enoch Hassan has so many offers. You know, if he was a little taller, he might have some D1 offers. Nothing against him, but a lot of times those D1 schools, they don't look at the actual player, you know. They just look at height, weight, things like that. But Arkansas Tech, one of many schools after him. He's going to break a tackle at the line of scrimmage, angling back at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Enoch Hassan makes it 20-0. That's his first touchdown carry tonight. Had 6 last week. And now he's got 51 yards on 10 carries. He adds a touchdown to that. Russellville in a big hole here, 21-0. Yeah, Enoch Hassan, he's got offers from Arkansas Tech, Harding, OBU, Southeast Missouri, North Texas, Northwest Missouri State. And UCA is looking at him, but hasn't officially offered him. Here's the extra point, and this is good. 21-0 Greenbrier. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's time for a road trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, home to the legendary thermal waters giving Hot Springs its name. This unique mountain town features historic bathhouses, hiking trails, biking trails, a 4-story treehouse, roller coasters, a casino, horse races, bathtub races, an interactive science museum, fishing, boating, parades, a bustling downtown, and a peaceful vista overlooking it all. Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's time for a road trip. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
Well, so Greenbrier goes 80 yards in 9 plays. Enoch Hassan, a 28-yard touchdown run. Rhodes added the extra point. The drive took 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and just like that, Russellville down 21-0.
You know, we're not a team that can get behind by a large margin, and we've got to put a stop. We've got to score right here on this series, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's been all Greenbrier. Russellville did have a scoring opportunity. Missed the 45-yard field goal attempt on their previous drive as it hit the crossbar, but they need to put some points on the board. 9:17 left here in the first half. Rhodes will kick this one off. I think this may be Prince that fields this at the 3-yard line across the 10, 15, goes to the left, 20, breaking a tackle there, and he gets to the 25-yard line.
Good return by Prince.
22 yards on the return. They'll put him down at the 25. And that's where Russellville will take over. Next week, Russellville will go on the road to Sylvan Hills. Russellville's faced the Bears 14 times. They've won 8 of them. Panthers were 7-4 last year, losing in the first round of the playoffs to Maumelle. Only lost by a point, lost 10-9.
We're just now getting out there. The play clock's down to 8.
Yeah, we may have to take a timeout here. We'll see how quickly they go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds on 1st and 10. It's at 0. We do get it off just in time. Here's a handoff to Prince and nowhere to go. He's going to be swarmed, going to lose some big yards on this play. And when it rains, it pours. It's just been a tough first half for your Russellville Cyclones. Making forward progress to the 22-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play.
You know, you hear a lot about Greenbrier's offense. You don't hear that much about their defense, but they've got a good defensive unit. Russellville's finding out.
Yeah, Coach Wheeler talked about their defensive line, where they were most improved. They did get 4 turnovers last week. They've got 1 tonight. Here's a screen pass, and it's going to be complete. I thought he short-hopped it. It'll go for no gain as Russellville threw it out there to Jalen Thompson. I'm surprised. I thought it was short-hop, but
I did too.
Yeah, Jalen Thompson's first catch of the season. Third and 13 for Russellville. They need the 35-yard line to get a first down. They'll have 3 wide receivers to the right side. Marcellus Olson, empty backfield. It's going to be a quarterback draw, and nothing down. They dropped him down. Yeah, they took him down at the 20-yard line. They grabbed his face mask. This is going to be a personal foul one, too. So, not an automatic first down, but they need 13 yards. It's going to be a 15-yarder. I mean, I don't think they meant to. They could call it inadvertent, but they still tackled him by that turn the face. And so Russellville's going to get their 3rd first down of the night, first one by penalty.
And that results in another Russellville Cyclone.
They put it down at the 36-yard line. We got some. All right, we got some odd things situation with. Looks like they're supposed to be a 15-yard penalty, ended up being a 14-yard penalty. I just don't understand that. We saw that last week, the give, and it's going to go for no gain. Where it was a 10-yard penalty, they marked off 9 yards. This one, Ladarius Prince carries for a yard. Second down. Russellville trailing 21-0. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. You know, Sylvan Hills had that win last week against Maumelle. That was on television on Thursday night. Very controversial finish to that one. They won by a point. Back to pass. Olson, plenty of time. Now he's going to roll out to his left. Going to try to get the edge there. He does get some positive yards. He gets to the 40. He'll pick up a 4 on the play. Greenbrier mentioned that they had moved up to 6A 4 years ago after being undefeated in the regular season in 5A. They lost to Pulaski Academy in the state semifinals. Then their reward was they moved up to the 6A West for 2 years and then went back down to 5A. Preseason, they're supposed to be 3rd in the 5A West behind Harrison and Morrilton. Boy, I know it's only been 1 game and a half, but I think they're better than Morrilton. They may be better than Harrison also. Here's on second down. They're going to fake the handoff, keep it themselves, and Olson lost the football. They came right back, fell on it.
I think that's a busted play. It looked like Prince was expecting the ball, and he turned around, and by that time the defense had caught up to Olson.
It is a fumble, but he fell on top of it.
They're going to go for it?
4th down and 5. They're thinking about it. You have 5:38 left in the first half, and the clock is rolling. Going to line up maybe just to draw them off sides. We'll see. 2 receivers to each side. Russellville went for 5 4th downs last week, made 3 of them. Hard clap, didn't get him to jump. Got 10 seconds on the play clock. Yeah, they're standing next to the official. Russellville's coach is. They're going to call a timeout here and just milk it all the way down. Use a timeout, maybe helping their defense a little bit, just giving a little bit more breather on the sideline. They call timeout here with 5:12 left, trailing 21-0. We're getting ready to close out the first half, but the defense will be back out on the field. We're going to take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
College dreams come true at the University of Central Arkansas, especially now with the UCA commitment. This new program provides a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees for Arkansas students whose families earn $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. It's fewer barriers and endless opportunities. Welcome to Bear Country. Learn more about the UCA commitment at uca.edu.
Russellville calling timeout. They've got one more left here with 5:12 left to play in the first half. Trailing 21-0. They're going to punt the football away. Jesus Perez, who booted the last one 55 yards and chased back the punt returner, Ethan Smith. Now Ethan Smith is back at the 25. He's getting a little bit more respect here. High snap there, not coming after it. And Perez, not a 55-yarder, but it hangs up in the air, and Smith came up to make a fair catch at the 32-yard line. That was dangerous. 27-yard punt with no return.
Yeah, it looked like his feet kind of slipped out from under him before he caught that ball.
Well, Russellville got the roll last time. I'm sure maybe he didn't want that to happen again. The Panthers have all three timeouts. 5:05 left in the first half, and they'll have the ball at their own 32-yard line. Have this moment, Cyclone history coming up at halftime. It's easy to do when it's within the last 3 years. Greenbrier, we're going to highlight the first matchup between these two teams. They'll come out with two wide receivers to the right. Enoch Hassan, who had a little bit more respectable as that breaking off that big run. Play action pass, throwing its completed catch. And the Cyclone territory at the 35-yard line. Threw a little bit behind Salter Mahan. Otherwise, that might have been a touchdown, but a big gain for Greenbrier. Mahan caught a touchdown pass earlier. He gets to the 31-yard line, 37 yards on that reception. And their quarterback has been on target. Jack Palmer doesn't throw interceptions. That's just what he does. Takes the safe route. He's 7 of 9 for 167. And a couple of touchdown passes, and he has him to the line quickly. He'll turn and give it to Enoch Hassan here, weaving his way inside the 30, inside the 25. He's very close to a first down for the Panthers. And now their offense really starting to click. Well, the first touchdown was a two-play drive for them when they took over after the Russellville turnover.
Hassan really hits that line of scrimmage very quickly when he has the ball, and it's hard for the defense to adjust to that.
Yeah, he's pick up 9 there, so he's got 60 yards on 11 carries. He's to the left of Palmer, the quarterback. Short side of the field's the right side. 2nd down and 1. Man in motion. Forward pitch, so it's a forward pass, and they're going to get back line of scrimmage or maybe lose a yard on that play. I think that was to Mahan on the pass play. You do that forward pitch because if it's dropped, then it's just an incomplete pass.
3rd down and 1. Cyclone 22.
Yeah, I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage on that.
3rd down and 1. I bet they go to Hassan, the running back, on 3rd and short, but we'll see. They've been running some play action. No, they're just going to hand it off to him, and he's got the first down as he get close to the 20-yard line. A new set of downs for the Panthers.
He didn't make it by much.
They gave him a couple yards on the play. They have it at the 20 into the red zone. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. Coming into the game, Russellville only giving up scores last year and this year total for a 70% clip once teams get in the red zone. Taking their time. They're 14 seconds on the play clock on 1st and 10 from the Cyclone 20. Palmer, play action, rolling to his left, throws to the S-back, out of the backfield, and he'll get inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. That's Christian Deseraw, who also doubles as the punter. And pickup of 7 on the play as he gets down to the Cyclone 13-yard line. They're saving their timeouts. They don't have to hurry. 2:28 left. Greenbrier leading 21-0. Hassan will get it just straight up the gut this time. He's going to lean forward. He's got the first down. They'll have it 1st and goal, depending on where they spot it. Cyclones changing out some of their defensive linemen. They're going to give him right at the 10-yard line. Panthers' 10th first down of this first half.
At the Cyclone 10-yard line.
.208 left. They've stopped the clock. Now they start. You're supposed to start it once they get the chains. And again, we're trying to keep up with the clock here. They'll turn and hand off to Hassan, and he's got an open on the right side. He'll get some positive yards before he's wrestled down at the 6.
You have to like the way that Russellville, it's just not one man that's meeting him. They've got 3 or 4 guys bringing him down. You like that game tackling on a running back like Elm.
Minute 38 left. I think if you stop him here, then you make him think a little bit. They might use a timeout. They have 3 left. It's 2nd down and goal for the Panthers at the Cyclone 6. They're trying to leave no time on the clock. Russellville struggled on offense, but they do have some playmakers that can take it the distance pretty quickly. Play action. Palmer rolling out. He's going to try to take it himself, and he's into the end zone for the score. 6-yard touchdown run on his first positive carry of the season. And he goes for 6 yards and a score. And it's 27-0 Greenbrier.
Russellville did a good job in the secondary. They had everybody covered, no place to throw it. But he did run it in for a touchdown.
Ethan Rose, who has not missed a PAT this year, he's 10 of 10. Trying his 11th. Russellville blocked one last year. Boy, he slipped on that one, but it did squeak through. 28-0, Greenbrier leading. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Life's complicated. Your checking account shouldn't be. At Simmons Bank, we keep banking simple, with you in mind. Get paid early. Avoid fees. Bank from anywhere. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Choose your account and open online in minutes. Visit SimmonsBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All accounts subject to approval. Restrictions apply.
KCJC Dardanelle Russellville. Ladies and gentlemen, this is River Country. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
Well, they're at halftime in Dardanelle, and Elkins and the Sand Lizards all tied at 7. Second quarter score, Atkins leading 35-0 in the Rivals Cup. Trying to get a mountain home score for you. Here, it's 28-0 Greenbrier leading the Cyclones. So we'll talk about that last drive here in just a moment, but Greenbrier getting ready to kick off. They just now broke the huddle, so we'll go ahead and tell you. The 68-yard drive in 8 plays in 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Palmer, the quarterback, a 6-yard touchdown run. Rhodes added the extra point. Rhodes will kick this one off, and the Cyclones return it from the 5-yard line. It's Ladarius Prince at the 20, 25. No, that's not Prince. I think that's Sam Callahan as he'll get out of bounds on the far side near the 35. Pick up of 30 yards if they give him the 35. Russellville does have one timeout and a minute 1 second left to do something. They do give him the 35. Russellville probably going to keep it on the ground because, to be honest with you, they have better chance maybe to break one. And they showed one play where they got in the secondary and can move it around a little bit. All he needs is that one little crease. And Greenbrier is going to get the ball to start the second half. So he'd really like to, surprise him, put one on the board here at the end of the first half. But you got one timeout, minute 1 left. 2 receivers to the right. Olsen And a handoff here, and Russellville will get a couple. I couldn't tell who had
number
it.
32.
32, okay, that's Luis Perez.
Yes.
They give him the 38-yard line, so a pickup of 3. That's his first carry of the season.
He's staying in there at running back.
We didn't see Prince on that last kickoff return, so you wonder, Perez with the carry, and he fumbles it, and Greenbrier had it at the 32. They were trying to scoop and score, and they fumbled it back. We'll see. The ball is going to be covered at the 30, but we're not sure who. Greenbrier is saying they have it now. And, yeah, the Panthers coming up with it.
And the Panthers recover.
So they'll have it at the Cyclone 30-yard line. And still with all 3 timeouts, you wonder if they're going to, try to do something here at 24 seconds left. That could be an eternity when you have your timeouts. They're going to spot it at the 31-yard line.
Look for a little swing pass or just a little post route over the middle, just maybe 10, 12 yards.
Well, they had the skinny post that went for a touchdown for their second score, and then the play action that went for their first score on the big touchdown pass. We'll see. They have 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. They can still run it because of the timeouts. Play action rolling out. Palmer looking for the wheel route. It's not there, and now he's being chased. He's going to throw it out on the run and just get rid of it. Russellville did a good job covering that up, but also Haney there applying some pressure. Good job, Ethan.
He got on Palmer. Just about the time he threw the ball, he was down around his ankles.
Yeah, and he was getting rid of it. There really wasn't anybody in the area, but he did throw it close enough to where they didn't call intentional grounding. So that stops the clock with 18 seconds left. 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. Yeah, they were trying to run that wheel route there to Enoch Hassan, and Russellville had seen that in film because they did run it for a touchdown against Warren. Empty backfield here for Palmer on 2nd and 10. Palmer back to pass, looking left. He's going to throw deep and overshoots his intended wide receiver, Lucas Thompson. They tried to put Enoch Hassan on a hitch and then just have man-on-man coverage. Russellville covered that one beautifully. Stops the clock with 13 seconds left.
Yeah, they could have had pass interference there. He pushed off, the receiver did, but probably not enough to get a flag.
I don't know what kind of leg Ethan Rose has. He did not attempt a field goal in the first game, and this is his first year with Greenbrier. 3rd down and 10 from the Cyclone 31-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right as one went in motion, stayed up on the right. Palmer going to heave this one for the end zone. It's complete at the 5, touchdown. Again, a double move, and Mosley has his 2nd touchdown reception of the night. This one goes for 31 yards.
Good move on the receiver. He got behind 2 of our defenders, and good pass by Palmer. You have to give him credit. He just laid it in there.
And the bad thing about this one, if they make this extra point, that means we'll have the sportsmanship rule most likely to start the second half. It's 35 points in the second half at any point. The kick is up, and it is good. 35-0. Greenbrier leads it with 8 seconds left to play in the first half. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
Welcome back on that last scoring summary for the Panthers. They go 31 yards in 3 plays. Mosley catches the 31-yard touchdown pass from Jack Palmer. Ethan Rose added the extra point. It's been the turnovers. They have turned turnovers into points. The Cyclone fumbles have been a 2-play drive and a 3-play drive for the score. That's just tough. You cannot hand the other team turnovers like that, you're just asking for it. And saw it last week on that first drive for Russellville, and this happened twice tonight. At the kickoff, Callahan's going to take it at the 4-yard line across the 20. You get to the 25 and drug down at the 27-yard line. And that'll be 23 yards on the return. And that is the final play of the first half. Cyclones trailing 35-0. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
There are trucks, and then there's the truck. GMC's Tough Sierra 2500 HD Denali. GMC's top-rated crew cab truck from Smart GMC could be yours just for playing at Saracen Casino Resort. Play your favorite Saracen games this month for your chance to be driving home in a GMC Denali pickup. It's not just any truck, and Saracen Casino is not just any casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Finding your place is more than just a location. It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
My primary care provider helps me make better decisions about my physical and mental health.
They're the first person I talk to if I have any questions about infections, medications, or any other health concerns. And most insurance companies don't charge you for having annual wellness checks.
With them, I have the help I need to stay on top of my health game.
There are many reasons to have a primary care provider, but if you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Visit chistvincent.com to find a primary care provider.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy right now, that your body's healthy, and that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind. So you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
You know, we have some
ready for a music tour through the Arkansas Delta?
Let's
see. Johnny Cash Boyhood Home. Check.
Too.
A live broadcast of the country's longest-running blues radio program? We've got it. A visit to the restored childhood home of Levon Helm? On the list. Find these spots and more as you travel through the Arkansas Delta Music Trail. Sounds from the soil and soul. Go to deltabyways.com to see all the driving tours through the Arkansas Delta Byways region.
Russellville is known for its rich heritage and historic downtown, surrounded by scenic lakes, hiking trails, and breathtaking views of Arkansas. We're proud to have called this community home for over 50 years. With multiple generations of our family growing up here, it's truly been a blessing. The same commitment to our hometown is what drives us every day at our dealership. Whether you're looking for the strength of a Chevrolet, the dependability of a GMC, or the trust and reliability of a Toyota, we're here to help you find that perfect vehicle for your journey. As a family-owned dealership, we believe in treating every customer like our own. Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville.
A pretty rough first half for the Cyclones as they trail it here by a score of 35-0. What's your thoughts of the first half?
Well, one of the things I think we're going to have to do at halftime is make some adjustment in our secondary. They're just getting behind us, and we can't allow that. I don't know if we're playing too close or playing away from them, but I know we're biting on the fake handoff, and that hurts. They've got some speed on that receiving, and they're getting behind us 5 yards, and that's just enough for Palmer to lay it in there. You brought it up. Our turnovers have hurt us, especially on our end of the field, and you're giving a short field for Greenbrier to come down and score, and that's hard to overcome. I said one of the things we had to do in pregame is to keep our offense on the field, and we haven't been able to do that, and that's really hurt us. We've got to get established the running game. We've got to get some short passes in there because they are keying on Olsen, Patton. They are keying on our quarterback, and it's very difficult for that young man to do anything when they're doing that. And Greenbrier's playing a great defense. They watched last week's film. I'm sure they did. and they came out and they were ready for Russellville. It's been very difficult for us to move the ball.
Yeah, it's been tough for the Cyclones. They trail it here by a score of 35-0. We're going to take a break. We come back. We'll have the stats from the first half and a lot more in this pregame show. We have also this week in Cyclone Country, and we'll also have Cyclone history. All of that in this halftime show. Russellville trailing 35-0 here from Cyclone Stadium to Greenbrier. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Every player on the football team has an important job so the team can reach its goal and success. Join our team at Lexicon right now, and we'll help you reach your goals and success. Lexicon offers free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University. We also offer competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, an on-site health clinic, annual bonus program, and more. Check out lexicon-inc.com/football and help us build America one project at a time.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission, to provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Did you know that Henderson State University offers a nurturing classroom environment with caring faculty who will invest in your career success? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come check us out. Visit hsu.edu/getready for additional information. Did you know that Henderson State University offers the only aviation degree in Arkansas? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come fly with us. Visit hsu.edu/aviation for additional information.
Hi, I'm Treasurer of State John Thurston. Saving for your child's education is so important. We know that putting money aside for college or technical school is tough, but we're here to make it easier. Every drop in the bucket adds up over time. I encourage you to open an Arkansas Brighter Future 529 account for your children or grandchildren today.
To learn more about the Arkansas 529 plan, its investments, objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement at brighterfuturedirect529.com. Paid for by the Arkansas Section 529 Plan Review Committee.
More students are turning to UA Little Rock because we're leading the way in making college affordable for all Arkansans. With a Pell Grant, the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, and our half-off scholarship, you can get a college degree without debt. Don't qualify for Pell? No problem. We have options to help you affordably earn a 4-year degree. With scholarships and campus jobs, we're removing barriers for all. That's the Trojan Guarantee. Expect more with UA Little Rock.
Greg Hatcher and his companies are proud supporters of high school football. The Hatcher Agency is the state's largest employee benefits agency, offering outrageous service and voted best insurance agency in Arkansas virtually every year since 2004. Hatcher Capital Investments offers 401k plans and wealth management. Twin City Limousine offers vehicles that are great for weddings. And of course, the popular Scoops homemade ice cream. Greg Hatcher and his companies wish you a successful season.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. The Cyclones trailing 35-0. At the half, we're going to give you stats from the first half. Total yards, 285 for Greenbrier, 61 for the Cyclones. We'll focus on the Cyclones first. They had 62 yards rushing, -1 yards passing, technically just 1 of 1 passing from Marcellus Olson. That pass was completed to Jalen Thompson. They had one other pass that was negated because of a penalty. Running the football, Ladarius Prince, 7 carries for 39 yards. Sam Callahan, 4 carries for 22 yards. Marcellus Olson, 6 carries for 5 yards. For Greenbrier, they had 205 yards passing, just 80 yards rushing. Jack Palmer, though, the quarterback, he's got 3 touchdown passes, 10 of 14 for 205 yards. He had 2 touchdown passes last week, got 3 this week, 0 picks. He just does not throw interceptions. Receiving, Trenton Mosley's got 3 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Salter Mahan has the other touchdown reception. He has 3 catches for 77 yards for Greenbrier. Their running back, Enoch Hassan, been held in check. I mean, he rushed for 314 last week, and he's only got 69 yards on 14 carries. Last year, he ran for over 300 yards against Warren, and then Russellville held him to 111 yards on 23 carries and no touchdowns. tonight he does have a touchdown run. It was a 28 yards. Remember, 7 touchdowns last week, just 1 tonight. The Cyclones have fumbled the ball 3 times. They've lost 2 of them. The Panthers have no turnovers. 31 plays for Greenbrier, 20 for the Cyclones. Russellville has been penalized 2 times for 25 yards. Greenbrier 3 times for 35 yards. Third down conversions, Russellville has not converted 1. They're 0 of 4 on third downs. The Panthers 5 of 6 on third down conversions. Nobody has gone for a 4th down tonight. Time possession, 13:06 for us, 10:54 for them. But the main one is Greenbrier leading 35-0 here at the half. Coming up, we'll take a look at what's going on in Cyclone country around this past week and on the campus of Russellville High School, the Russellville School District. That's coming up after this. We're at the half. Greenbrier leading 35-0. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's a great day for football. 2 rivals battling it out for a record-breaking crowd.
They're saying it's $1.5 billion.
Huh?
Wait, that's how much the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised for students since 2009. Because every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps students. They've given more than 822,000 scholarships and counting.
Okay, back to football. 2 rivals.
This is winning, folks. Playing the lottery is a win for students and maybe you too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
No matter where you are from, a big city, a small town, or somewhere in between, you'll find your place at the University of Arkansas. With a vibrant campus community, including the full Razorback and SEC experience, an unbeatable mix of academic excellence and outdoor fun, the U of A is the place to be. Learn from our world-class faculty, benefit from our record scholarship funding for Arkansans, and access resources to launch your future career. The University of Arkansas. Your path starts here.
Your business is up against a lot of things these days. Inflation costs, workforce issues, federal overreach. The list of things keeping you up at night keeps getting longer. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas is here to help. We are constantly working to improve the business climate and make Arkansas as competitive as possible. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas works tirelessly for your business so you can rest easy. Join us today.
For more than 150 years, Lyon College has helped Arkansas students succeed in their careers and in their communities. Our graduates are innovators and leaders, computer scientists, engineers, business professionals, teachers, artists, and healthcare providers. And with a medical school acceptance rate more than twice the national average, Lyon students are proving that a Lyon education opens doors to a lifetime of success. Learn more at lyon.edu. Lyon College, a better world starting in Arkansas.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Hey, Dr. Blaine Leeds here down at the dental office. Did you know that we're a Platinum Elite provider with Invisalign through our relationship with Two Front Orthodontics? And we have the brand new iTero Lumina scanner, and it takes a full arch scan in 1 minute. So our team doesn't have to put any goops or pastes or putties inside your mouth. We can start Invisalign for you today. $100 a month, 100% financing. Give us a call today. That's 479-97-SMILE. Dr. Blaine Leeds. Live, love, smile. With approved credit.
You know, do you believe in bad omens or bad luck or something like that? I'm just looking here. My alma mater, Chase's alma mater, who's our media team, and Stephen's alma mater are all at halftime and trailing 98-0. That's a bad deal, isn't it? Your alma mater's getting beat, but you haven't been shut out. So, but let's go through some of the scores. Of course, Russellville trailing here 35-0. Look locally, Atkins leading Dover 35-0 at the half in the Rivals Cup. Charleston ahead of Pottsville at the half 28-0, and a halftime score Perryville leading Hector 20-6. We're having a bad luck night. A halftime score Elkins Dardanelle tied at 7. That should be getting close to starting the third quarter. Now across the 6A West, Shiloh Christian leading Little Rock Christian at the half 15-3. In fact, these are all halftime scores. Greenwood having a little bit of difficulty with Northside, but they did score, make it 27-14 at the half. The big surprise, Van Buren. They're playing tough against Springdale. They only trail by a field goal, 24-21 at the half. Big rivalry game. Mountain Home leading Harrison 21-0. Well, it's time to take a look at this week in Cyclone Country. High school volleyball beat Morrilton on the road last night, 3-1. Congratulations to them. They will be hosting Harrison on Tuesday night at Cyclone Arena. Junior high volleyball will be home on Wednesday, so a couple of home games. I think actually the volleyball team, Lady Cyclones, are actually home on Monday and Thursday. Tennis had a big week this week. They hosted their conference opener. They lost at home to Siloam Springs 5-3, then battled Harrison to a 4-4 tie. That was on Tuesday. Aubrey Farr and Olivia Oldham went undefeated on Tuesday. Yesterday, they hosted Van Buren, lost 6 matches to 2. Now, on Tuesday of next week, they'll travel to Van Buren, but they'll be playing against Shiloh Christian and Farmington, other teams in the 6A West. In golf, the Lady Cyclones won the 5A West Preview at Eagle Crest in Alma. 7 teams in this for boys and girls. Everybody in the conference except Mountain Home showed up. Lady Cyclones won by 24 strokes over second place Greenwood. Harrison was third on the girls, 54 strokes behind. Susanna Manns won the whole thing with a score of 70. That was 1 under par. Her sister was close behind her, just 3 strokes. She's one of the top freshmen in the state. She had a score of 73. Think about this. The next player was 10 strokes behind. That was a Greenbrier player, senior, that shot at 83. So the Manns girls finished 1 and 2 once again for the Lady Cyclones. Now the Cyclones senior boys, they tied for third with Van Buren, 4 strokes behind Alma, 24 strokes behind Harrison, who won the whole thing. Lawson Lewis for Russellville had a 76. He was a low man for the Cyclones. He finished in the top 10. Riley Davis, who's the number 4 golfer in the state, finished with a 77. Caleb Campbell had a 78. Landon Foley shot an 83, and Sam Heinzman an 84. Now, both the teams will play Wednesday. They'll be playing against Greenwood, but it won't be at Greenwood or at Russellville. They'll actually be playing in a match against the Greenwood at Chamberlain Country Club in Danville. We mentioned to you that junior high was off yesterday. It was a bye week, scheduled bye week, and they were supposed to play 2 weeks ago in their season opener, home opener against Farmington. That got canceled due to weather. They have not scheduled a makeup game. So the Whirlwinds, the 8th and 9th grade teams, will open this coming Thursday, the 11th, as they travel to Garland County to play Hot Springs Lakeside. And that's your look this week in Cyclone Country. We'll take a break. Coming up, we'll have a look at Cyclone history. It's the first matchup between Russellville and Greenbrier. We'll highlight that just from 4 years ago. Russellville trailing here at the half, 35-0 over Greenbrier. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Car trouble, big or small, Oscar's Auto Repair does it all. From oil changes to brake work to those tricky transmissions with the weird mechanical issues no one can figure out, the experts at Oscar's have you covered. Stranded? Call Oscar's for fast, dependable towing. Need a replacement vehicle? Ask about their on-site rental cars to get you back on the road in no time. Whatever vehicle issue you're struggling with, remember Oscar's Auto Repair, 1000 East 28th Street, Russellville.
Thinking about buying an RV? Now's the time, and Nice Campers is the place. This family-owned and operated dealership is celebrating the Forest River Great Getaway Sales event happening now. Shop top brands like Tracer, Flagstaff, and Puma with no hidden fees, no pressure, and financing starting at just $99 a month. Visit Nice Campers at 3814 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville or call 479-229-1499. Browse anytime at nicecampers.com. Nice Campers, family values, unbeatable deals, and adventure-ready RVs.
Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. Maybe. With Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. You win with our fastest speeds up to 5 gig. You win with our smart Wi-Fi. You win with our free installation, unlimited data, and local support. Winning with Right Fiber will make you fall in love with gig speed internet. Get Right Fiber. Get gig smitten. Sign up and win at rightfiber.com.
As a dentist, giving patients a beautiful smile is what I love to do. But the business side can be challenging. Luckily, First State Bank understands. They provide financial tools that make banking convenient and flexible. And the service I get is second to none. From equipment loans to cash management solutions, they give me the freedom to focus on my patients, not my payroll. Now that's something to smile about.
Come see us at First State Bank in Russellville or Fayetteville for local personalized banking.
Welcome back. Cyclones trailing 38-5-0 at the half, and time for this look at Cyclone history. We'll go all the way back to 2022. Yeah, I know it's not that long ago, but it's the first season Russellville had ever faced Greenbrier in football. That season, Russellville, it was a season of first. Russellville played 4 of its first 10 games against teams they'd never played in football, at Little Rock Christian, Pulaski Academy, Hot Springs, Lakeside, and Greenbrier. After a scoreless first quarter, the Cyclones rallying off 20 points. Touchdown run by Tracy Daniels, a pick 6 by Mekhi Foster, 11-yard touchdown pass from D.A. Reed to Caden Rose. Hey, think about those two names. Tracy Daniels had a touchdown reception for Arkansas Tech last night, and Caden Rose had a big catch against for Arkansas Tech also last night. Anyway, back to Cyclone history. Russellville saw their lead cut to 6 in that early fourth quarter. Followed that with a touchdown drives of 65 yards, 49 yards, capped off by runs by Daniels and Foster. Mekhi with an offensive touchdown and a defensive touchdown from Mekhi Foster in the same game. D.A. Reed finished with 120 yards passing on 10 of 15, and that touchdown toss to Caden Rose, who had 60 yards receiving on 5 catches. Tracy Daniels does what he does, 157 yards, 28 carries, 3 touchdown runs, ho-hum day for Tracy Daniels, and Russellville would win 4 conference games to make the playoffs. They go on the road in the first round that year to defeat West Memphis 30-26 before losing in the second round to Greenwood. And that's your look at Cyclone history. We're going to take a break, come back with the second half. How about a 90-second break, if that's okay, Stephen? 90 seconds, we'll come back with the second half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Johnny Storian with a thought from Alathus Realty. With years of experience, knowledge, and a network of relationships, they ensure you'll get the most for your house. So when it comes time to put that property on the market or begin looking for that next dream home you have, don't delay. Call Brent Purdy and the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville, 968-5668, or check them out, russellvilleliving.com.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
The ATU Admissions Office invites all River Valley High School students to attend the ARC-ACRO College Planning Program on Thursday, September 18th, located at Tucker Coliseum from 9 to 11 a.m. Learn more about college, vocational, and technical schools and military branches all under one roof. Meet with representatives and gather resources to help you map out your future. Whether you're interested in academic pathways, training programs, or a career in the armed forces, this event has something for you. For more information, call us at 479-968-0343.
Well, as we get ready to start the second half, Russell will be kicking off, trailing 35-0. That means the clock will run continuously. The sportsmanship rule is what it's called, but the mercy rule is what everybody really calls it. And before we lead in the second half, from our takeaways, the headlines. What's your headlines looking at the second half?
Well, it's going to be a tough second half, especially with the clock rolling like it is. And Greenbrier gets the ball. They deferred to the second half, so they're going to get it. It would be interesting to see exactly what they're going to do, whether they're going to keep it on the ground. I think they probably will, to keep that clock running. And, of course, it won't stop unless it stops for a penalty, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think it stops. No, just injury or timeout. Here's what I think that's interesting to watch is Enoch Hassan, will he play? They're up 35-0, but he really doesn't have. I mean, look, he's got offers, and they're looking at that, trying to get him some more offers. There's 6 that we know of. He's only got 69 yards on 14 carries, so I bet he plays the first drive. We'll see. And so Russell will be kicking off, and again, defending Cyclone Hill. And I'm interested, because you want to keep, if you're Greenbrier, you want to keep that guy healthy. Again, they're predicted to be 3rd in the 5A West behind Harrison and Morrilton. So they got some battles coming up. They're actually going to be back at home for Van Buren in a non-conference matchup, and then they start conference with Morrilton. And so they got to be thinking, we got to keep everybody healthy. So you wonder how they're going to play it.
That'd be a good game between Greenbrier and Morrilton.
Yeah, it will be. and early on deciding. They'll play Farmington. I said Harrison. Farmington is the one. I keep saying that. Is the one you all watch. Of course, Harrison in that conference, but good grief, that's a tough conference, 5A West. Jesus Perez will kick off for the Cyclones. This is going to be caught by Salter Mahan at the 3-yard line, running back towards the middle of the field across the 15, and he's going to be wrapped up there before he gets to the 20. I think that was Matthew Mergill there on the stop. They're going to give him the 18-yard line.
Yeah, number 10, Callahan, was there in on it also. I think he's the one that first made contact.
Okay, I thought it was Mergill, but 15 yards on the return for Mahan, and we'll see what Greenbrier wants to do. Again, it's kind of a fine line. You don't want to run up the score, but you don't want to get anybody injured, but you also, I mean, I hate to say your season totals and averages, but you just wonder. They are going to have their quarterback out there, Palmer, but I don't see Enoch Hassan. Now, their backup quarterback, they actually have two. Easton Justice, who's a sophomore, and Ace Newland, who's our JV quarterback last year, number 2 and 13, but they're going with number 9, Jack Palmer, who had a really good first half. Here's the handoff, and they'll get to the 20-yard line. I think that's Cardin Blue, who had a couple carries and reception last week. He's a third-string running back, but also plays some wide receiver. I think that was number 18, Cardin Blue. Pickup of 2 yards on the play. Be second down and 8 for the Panthers. Again, the clock should be rolling. It'll only stop on injuries or timeouts. Blue, the carry running right side, and he's going to be ridden down there. Flag comes back at the 19-yard line. I think we might have a holding penalty. That's going to be against Greenbrier. I have to wait for them to officially say it, but that's what it looked like there.
Good pursuit by the Cyclone defense on that.
Yeah, they give him the 20-yard line, and it is going to be holding. And Coach Wheeler's going to say, mark them off, back it up. So they get to do second down over, but it puts it back at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 18 now. They started this week 0 a few years ago, and doing that, you're guaranteed an off week. Russellville will be playing at Sylvan Hills next week, and then they'll have their bye week right before conference starts. On 2nd and 18, Blue finds an opening. He's across the middle, across the 20, and he's going to break free at the 25-30. Got the first down, stumbling forward, just could not regain his feet. A very late flag coming in on the far side of the 31-yard line as he was tackled, tripped up at the 39. I have no idea what this is, but it was over on the far sideline. I wonder if the official on that far side might have run into a coach over on that. We'll wait and see. But it was so far away from the play. There's a pickup of 29 yards for Cardin Blue, but we're going to wait and see. You got the binoculars.
Yeah, they're just talking about it. They're not.
We're waiting. They're talking a while on it.
Oh, it's against Greenbrier.
Okay. I didn't see the signal.
I'm still waiting to. Well, I missed it. I missed the signal. Maybe Mike Cloud caught it.
Yeah, maybe. Illegal forward pass? I sure didn't see that.
No.
I sure didn't see a legal forward pass. But, okay.
Now they've stopped it again. Here they come.
Yeah, they got to talk about this. Like, wait a minute. It should be a first down because they got the first down and then the penalty happened. I sure did not see an illegal forward pass. But it's a 5-yard penalty is what they marked off. All right. Well, Blue gets credit for a 19-yard run. They're going to pull it, fake the handoff, and throwing. It's going to be in and out of the hands of Mosley. And falls incomplete. Mosley had 3 catches in the first half, 2 for touchdowns.
Well, if he'd have caught that, I think the race would have been on.
Yeah,
he was wide open.
He was in our secondary already. You're right. He's got 3 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that could have been a third. And that ball was there. He just flat out dropped it. He had 7 catches last week for 127 yards against Warren. Last year he played against the Cyclones. He actually got hurt in the second quarter against Russellville. Did not come back until week 8, so maybe he's got a little bone to pick with Russellville. There's a screen pass in and out of the hands along that far side to Cardin Blue. Players remember that. I mean, you had Keaton Robinson last week for Morrilton. He broke his leg last year against Russellville and did not come back until, I think, week 7.
If I was the Greenbrier coach, I don't know if I'd keep Palmer out there.
Yeah, he's also the shortstop on the baseball team. Baseball coach maybe call in and say, hey, get that guy off the field. We need him for the spring. 5 wide receivers in the pattern on 3rd down and 10. Looking right, comes back left, screen pass, a little bubble screen, and they've got the first down and a whole lot more at midfield, and he's going to go the distance. Boy, he's got some jets on him. Takes it all the way for the score. 76 yards. Lucas Thompson for the touchdown. And 76 yards for the senior wide receiver. 5'11", 180, and he is very fast. That makes it 41-0 Greenbrier. And that gives Palmer 281 yards passing. He had 276 last week on 17 completions. He's got 11 completions tonight. And this one blocked. Blocked the extra point.
The extra point is blocked.
And Russellville blocked the extra point. They blocked one last week, so the score remains 41-0. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Well, I like that.
Are you working hard to feed your family on a budget? Visit Chicken Mart to get all your Crispitos, pizza sticks, restaurant quality chicken nuggets, strips, wings, and fries all in one stop, and lots of opportunity purchases that are so good they may never come back. Check out Chicken Mart in 2 convenient locations before you go grocery shopping and see what they have for your family. Chicken Mart's been serving the River Valley since 1983 and still going strong. Visit 1808 South Arkansas Avenue or 106 Weir Road in Russellville. Chicken Mart, your chicken and more store.
On that scoring summary for Greenbrier, they go 6 minutes, 45 seconds. But remember the running clock, 82 yards in 5 plays. Palmer hit Lucas Thompson for a 76-yard touchdown pass. The extra point by Ethan Rose was blocked, and so that's his first miss of the season, as he was 12 of 12 before that happened. I'm trying to get word on who blocked it. We're going to wait and see. Ashton Waldron is who they credited with that, so that's who the PA crew did, and so that's who we'll credit with it. Ethan Haney had a block last week of an extra point of Morrilton. 41-0 our score, Greenbrier leading. Clock shows 5:15 left to play in the third. Again, it'll start running again once they start play. There's the kickoff, and Prince will take it at the 8-yard line across the 20, and he won't quite make the 25-yard line. I'm trying to been checking on Samario Hibbler, who was injured on the punt return in the first half, but have not been able to locate him. Russellville really plagued by injuries in the off season, and then, as we said, in the Morrilton game, they lost Cash Booker for the season. This week, lost Jerron Brown. And you hate to lose Samario Hibbler if that's the case, but I don't see him on the sideline. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at the 24-yard line. First possession of the second half. Ball on the right side. Russellville will stay with Marcellus Olson. Here's a forward pass, a little shovel pass ahead to Ross Thompson. He's at the 35, 40, 45. We're going to be ridden out of bounds near midfield. Jeremiah Ross Thompson, Offensive Player of the Week last week, gets his first catch of the night. And he gets to the 49-yard line of Greenbrier. Big pass play, goes for 27 yards, and the first pass play that gains yards. Russellville had been 1 for 1 for -1 yards. That one goes for 27. Cyclones visit Greenbrier territory. Prince bumps into Olsen before taking the handoff and makes something out of nothing as he gets to the 45.
Yeah, it looked like that play was going to go up the middle, but they bumped and he took it to the left side and was able to gain about 5 yards.
Second down. 8 carries, 43 yards for Ladarius, the senior. 5'5", 176. Last year as a junior, 450 yards rushing on 111 carries. Man in motion is Daughtry Renfro. They jumped in the neutral zone. They came off the edge, and in high school football, you don't get the free play, you don't get the jump back. It's an automatic dead ball, and this will make it 2nd down and 1. Or no way to give them a first down because they'd given us the 44-yard line. So 2nd time we've gotten a first down via the penalty, the 5th first down of the night for Russellville. It's been a struggle offensively for the Cyclones, and come on, they're giving it first down. Yeah, they're taking a while to move the sticks. Now they finally do. Russellville 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Olsen back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and he cannot spin away from pressure as he's tackled back at the 42-yard line.
The pass play tonight for Cyclones just hadn't been there. Just too much pressure by that line of Greenbrier.
Yeah, look, Marcellus still kind of feeling his way. He hadn't played quarterback. You know, this year he is, but he hadn't before since his 9th grade year, and even then he was playing half the game because half the game he'd play the first 2 quarters, and then they bring in the 8th grader, Lucas Stokes, to play the 3rd and 4th quarter, and he switched back to wide receiver and running back. And he'll hand off here to Ladarius Prince, who's got some positive yards inside the 35-yard line. I mean, you look at the playmaker that Olsen is, you have to use him at quarterback because of the injuries, but I mean, he had a game against Fort Smith Southside last year where he ran for 139 yards and received for 110 yards. Had 2 total touchdowns, and he was all over the place in that game, and to be the leading receiver and the leading rusher. And last week, of course, even at quarterback, ran for over 213 yards. That was a 9-yard pickup, 3rd down and 4. Olsen's going to keep it himself. No, this is, I don't know who that is that took
15.
it. Yeah. All right. So it's Jeremiah Ross Thompson. And, yeah, that was not Marcellus Olsen.
First down.
Yeah, got the first down. So 1st and 10 for Russellville at the 29-yard line. Ross Thompson had a carry last year, and he got one tonight. And I think he had a carry last week that was negated by a penalty. But he picks up 4 yards there. 1st and 10, and he's back in there at quarterback. Russellville maybe trying to figure out who's our backup because of that. Now there's a dropped ball at the 30-yard line, and I believe Greenbrier came up with it. Ross Thompson, no, he came up with it himself. He tried to hand it off to Prince, just miscommunication there. Greenbrier was dancing around. I thought they had it too, but Russellville recovered their fumble there at the 40-yard line. That's the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. Russellville trailing 41-0. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
At Union Bank in Russellville, we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. We know your name, your story, and we're here to help you write the next chapter. Big banks treat you like a number, we treat you like family. Our Union team is right here with you, local, trusted, and always personal, offering a wide array of accounts designed for your lifestyle and with all the latest digital banking tools. Union Bank. Come see us downtown in the 500 building. Jason McGee and Jeff Smith are rooted in Russellville and focused on you. Union Bank. Member FDIC.
Russellville is known for its rich heritage and historic downtown. surrounded by scenic lakes, hiking trails, and breathtaking views of Arkansas. We're proud to have called this community home for over 50 years. With multiple generations of our family growing up here, it's truly been a blessing. The same commitment to our hometown is what drives us every day at our dealership. Whether you're looking for the strength of a Chevrolet, the dependability of a GMC, or the trust and reliability of a Toyota, we're here to help you find that perfect vehicle for your journey. As a family-owned dealership, we believe in treating every customer like our own. Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville.
We start the fourth quarter, Cyclones trailing 41-0. Again, the running clock. That's why Russellville's still on their first possession of the second half. Second down and 11. I'll turn and hand this one off, and Prince will get maybe a yard to the 30. Maybe the 29, depending on where they spot it. The Cyclones looking at second down and long. Well, the Cyclones will have to regroup quickly because they'll go on the road to Sylvan Hills, who I don't know what they're doing tonight, but they beat Maumelle in the season opener. Even though it was a controversial play, they still put a lot of points on the board. Russellville, odd formation here, as they have three wide receivers to the left, one to the right. And busted play here, Marcellus Olson trying to make something out of nothing, and he does. He gets inside the 25-yard line, is going to make it fourth down and short, so they'll put him down at the 23. Good job by Marcellus.
Sam Hicks on the tackle. Fourth down.
Cyclones don't want to be shut out. They're 0 for 1 on field goal try. They're going to try this one. Jesus Perez, who's 0 of 3 on the season, missed a 45-yarder as it hit the crossbar. This one would be from 40 yards out. Marcellus Olson just ran off the field and onto the training table. That's not a good sign. Renfro puts it down. This one's definitely long enough. And it is good. 40-yard field goal for Jesus Perez, and the Cyclones are on the board with 10:23 left to play here in the final quarter. Russellville trailing 41-3. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
Well, the Cyclones make it to where I don't have to look and see when the last time we were shut out. I was kind of thinking about that, like when was the last time, starting to look back at it. But Russellville goes 53 yards in 9 plays, 6 minutes, 52 seconds with that running clock. Jesus Perez kicks the 40-yard field goal, and Russellville trailing 41-3. But really important, you don't want to be shut out at home, and Cyclones did just that. They want to make sure that they're not shut out. Did a good job putting it on the board there. Sometimes it's tough to play in these type of games, but the Cyclones, they just kind of not focusing on the scoreboard, just focusing on making plays and getting better.
That field goal, Perez had 5 to 10 yards to spare on that. He really got into that one.
Yeah, and he struggled a little bit in the benefit game and missed a couple last week and one here tonight, so I think that's really important to get his confidence going. Here's the kickoff. It's going to hit at the 4 and roll into the end zone. That was dangerous as Mayhem just kind of let that go. That's a live ball if it doesn't go into the end zone. But it does, and so Greenbrier will take over at the 20-yard line.
It's already down to 8:31.
Yeah, 8:31 left. Clock continued to roll, and we're trying to check out Marcellus Olson. I mean, this is the third quarterback that's been injured, if you count Lucas Stokes in the offseason, and Marcellus, this guy's shoes and socks off, so I think they might be looking at an ankle. Greenbrier will take over at the 20-yard line. Coach Tribble milking as much time as he can. He's pretty classy. He coached at Harding and coached against Dave Wheeler. Easton Jutsey, a sophomore who pretty good last year as a freshman, is in at quarterback, and in at running back is Grayson Linville. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. We'll take a quick break here. 7:41 left to play in the ballgame. Russellville trailing 41-3. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's John here at Huntington Learning Center in Russellville, and I'm excited to share how we're making a real difference for families right here in the River Valley. Parents are saying things to us like, my child is finally excited to learn again. Whether your student needs to catch up, stay sharp, or boost a good ACT score even higher, Huntington's personalized programs can help them thrive.
Call Huntington Learning Center at 1-800-CAN-LEARN or visit huntingtonhelps.com today.
Greenbrier leading 41-3 here with 7:41 left. Randy Tribble, the Greenbrier coach, he was an assistant at Harding for 13 years. Then he was the head coach for 14 years until he retired in 2007. He became the Greenbrier coach the very next year. Panthers had won 6 games in 3 years, and he led them to 9 wins in his second season in the conference championship in year 5. Here's the handoff there to Linville and for Greenbrier, and he's shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I think the reason they called that timeout, they didn't have enough men on the field.
Coach Wheeler talked about Tribble and causing Coach Wheeler to change the way he calls defenses. In 2004, when Wheeler was the defensive coordinator at Arkansas Tech, when they made that run in the playoffs, they were behind Harding at the half, and he said, but because he was way of running same personnel but different sets, it totally changed the way he calls defenses. He goes, even to this day, changed it. Here's a bad snap, goes over the head of Jutsey, the quarterback. He's back at the 12-yard line and just covers it. He thought about doing something with it, and he just couldn't pick it up. And he all the way back at the 12-yard line. A 17-yard loss. They went from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 18.
Why couldn't that happen in the first half?
Yeah, on one of their big drives there. Last thing I'll say on Tribble, he's got a record of 119 wins and 79 losses at Greenbrier. He's led them to an undefeated season in the regular season, but they've never won a state championship in their history. Another bad snap that goes over and into the end zone, and this is going to be booted out of the end zone by Linville for a safety. So the Cyclones get the safety. I don't think we've had a safety since 2016. And Russellville trail 41-5 here with 5:49 left. So with safety, we get 2 points. They have to kick off from the 20. Now, you know, technically you can kick it off the tee, but most people always punt it. And they can do whatever they want to there. That goes as a team safety for the Cyclones. Trail 41-5, but the clock continuing to roll and at 5:18 left. So we've killed about 30 seconds in Russellville. Probably don't practice this too much. What do? Well, you still get 10 yards off the ball, that's for sure. Yeah, I believe 2016 was the last time that Russellville scored a safety. 2018 was the last time Russellville was held scoreless in a game. I was looking for that. Glad I didn't really have to focus in on it.
They're going to kick it off the tee.
Yeah, they are. But you see a lot of people punt it, but you can actually do either. I never understood that because it seems like you get more, kick it further by kicking it off the tee. So they'll kick it from the 20. Ethan Rhodes and Russellville has players back at the 25-yard line. No wind. They'll kick this one. The Cyclones will let it go out of bounds. That one went way out of bounds. They'll throw the flag, which it's not really a penalty. It's just legal procedure. It's not a penalty where you mark off yards. Bunch of different ways you can rule that. There's like 4 different options, but one of the you can make it kick it again, moving back 5 yards, but or you can get it where it goes out of bounds, and that's what the Cyclones are going to do. They're going to take it where it went out of bounds at the 45-yard line. I thought where it went out of bounds and then you marked off 5 yards. That's what I thought. They're talking about that there. I thought where it went out of bounds and then 5-yard penalty. And yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to 10-yard penalty. I didn't know it was 10.
And the clock continues to roll.
Yep, it continues to roll. You're right. The Cyclones have it at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, 45-yard line of Greenbrier. 3:15 left to go in the game. Russellville trailing 41-5. Would love to stick this ball in the end zone. And Marcellus Olson still on the table. So Jeremiah Ross Thompson will hand this one off. Was that a handoff or a forward pitch? They'll get it and they'll pick up a yard on the play. As that is Jalen Thompson. I'll call that a run. I sure didn't see if he forward pitched it. If you're a stat guy, that means a lot if it was a handoff or a forward pitch. Because that's a difference in a handoff or a pass, and like me, that matters. 2nd down and 9. I maybe have to go back and rewatch that one. Ross Thompson, this time he'll just turn the handoff conventionally to Ladarius Prince, and he'll pick up a yard, maybe 2. I think they're going to give him the 42-yard line. Be 3rd down and 7 for the Cyclones. 2:15 left to go. Cyclones, if they want to score, they're going to have to break off a big run. Here on the radio side on 102.3, we'll have the scoreboard show, but it's not going to happen until 10 o'clock. Thank you, Chase. Chase says that was a forward pass. So Ross Thompson credited with his first forward pass as a quarterback. Thank you, Chase. They went for 1 yard. 3rd down and 7 here. Ross Thompson going to keep it and ducks down. He gets inside the 40 to the 38, 37-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and go for it. Why not? It'll be 4th down and 2. Cyclones have not gone for a 4th down tonight. They went for 5 last week. They're going to go quickly here. Wildcat formation. Ross Thompson's going to have the 1st down as he gets inside the 35 to the 33. Ross Thompson now 4 carries for 12 yards. Minute 5 left to play in the ball game. Russellville looking at 1st and 10. Thompson will hand this off to Ladarius Prince, running around the right side. Boy, tripped up. Nice tackle there by one of their outside linebackers, Sawyer Wilcox.
If they hadn't got him, he would have went down that sideline. He would have gained a few more yards. Don't know if he'd have made it to the end zone.
6 yards on the pickup, 2nd and 4. Prince now 61 yards on 12 carries. 30 seconds left. Russellville does have to snap it at least one more time. Ross Thompson will hand this one off to Ladarius, straight up the middle, and he won't quite make the 20-yard line, but he does have enough for the 1st down. They'll mark him down at the 21-yard line. The Cyclones don't have to snap it again. They're wanting to go quickly. I want to try to get one more play and see if they can break one. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Prince will carry inside the 20 to the 15 and taken down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup, and that's going to be the ball game. I heard it blow the whistle. Surely we didn't take a timeout. Nope, we didn't. That's the end of the ball game. The Cyclones lose this one by a score of 41-5. We'll take a break. Come back with the postgame show. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Back at the Farmers Co-op, and Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, whenever we're thinking about the Farmers Co-op, it's that variety that people love and the great selection that they'll find at their local co-op, East Main Russellville, also in Danville.
That's true. We have all the items for the farm and ranch, but we also have lawn and garden, pet supplies, just a very wide variety of products.
The Farmers Co-op in Russellville, exit 84 off Interstate 40, East Main, Russellville, also in Danville.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you've put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, Thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Feltner's Athletes Corner half of half clearance sale is now in progress. Save half of half off footwear from Nike, Asics, Brooks, New Balance, Keen, and Chaco. Save half of half or more on apparel from the North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, Mountain Khaki, Kavoo, Under Armour, Nike, and many more. Feltner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main Street in Russellville. Open 9:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday. All sales during this special savings event are final.
Are you looking for a new career? Since 1982, Arkansas Beauty College has provided well-rounded education for your future success, allowing you to be your own boss, just like Sharon Callahan, who owns Hair Tech Studios.
My educators, I had 2 of them, were very inspiring, and everybody helped me out and helped me through it, and they always encouraged us all to do our very best. By the time I got out of beauty school, I thought I could apply for a job anywhere in this town.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Welcome back. The Cyclones lose it here to Greenbrier, 41-5. We'll highlight some of the stats as a tough night for Russellville. They did score 5 points, and they did that in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk about that just briefly. Russellville had a 53-yard drive in 9 plays that ended in a 40-yard field goal by Jesus Perez. And then after that happened with 10:23 left in the ballgame. With 5:49 left, the Panthers snapped it over the head of the quarterback and went for a safety for the Cyclones. But the stats look like this. 8 first downs for Russellville, 13 for Greenbrier. 140 yards for the Cyclones, 362 for the Panthers. Russellville just 27 yards passing, but they completed everything they threw. 3 of 3 for 28 yards, technically. 27 yards. Marcellus Olsen was 2 of 2 for 26. Running the football, Russellville had 113 yards on the ground on 32 carries. Ladarius Prince had 74 yards on 14 carries. Sam Callahan had 22 yards on 4 carries. Receiving, Jalen Thompson had 2 catches for 0 yards. Yeah, because he had 1 positive, 1 negative. Ross Thompson had 1 catch for 27 yards. For the Panthers, it came in, everybody talking about Enoch Hassan. I tried to tell him that, hey, he gained 300 yards last year, and we held him to 100. Well, Russellville held him to just 69 yards on 14 carries, but that was in the first half alone. It was their passing that did us in. 11 attempts, 17 attempts, 11 completions for Jack Palmer, 281 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He just did not make mistakes. And of the 6 incompletions, he had 2 of them that I can remember that was dropped. Receiving, Trenton Mosley had 3 catches for 97 yards. He had 2 of the touchdown receptions. Salter Mahan had 3 catches for 77 yards. He had a touchdown reception also. 7 penalties on Greenbrier for 60 yards. Russellville just 2 penalties for 25. Cyclones 1 of 7 on third down conversions, 1 of 1 on fourth down conversions. The Panthers were 6 of 8 on third down. They did not attempt or convert a fourth down conversion. Russellville 35 plays to the Greenbrier Panthers 39. Turnover margin was tough. We turned the ball over, 2 fumbles. Panthers, they did not turn the ball over tonight. Russellville loses it by a score of 41-7. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I think we had trouble with the defensive line of Greenbrier, and that's where it all started right there. Cyclones has some things to think about with our secondary. They've got some good receivers. They've got some very fast receivers that was getting behind our secondary, and that's something that Russellville's going to have to work on before next week. And we're also going to have to work on our passing offense. We just cannot be a running team, and anytime you get behind for a couple of touchdowns, being a running team, it's going to be tough to come back. As you said, we had a couple of turnovers. I was watching Olsen walk off the field at the end of this game, and he was limping, but he has that right ankle just packed with ice. So hopefully he's going to be back for next week, but that's something I think Russellville's going to have to look at. If he goes down for any reason, who do we have? Now, Thompson came in tonight and did a fairly good job working the offense, but that's something that Russellville's really going to have to look at closely for next week.
looking at some scores, from around the state and even here locally, Dardanelle has just scored to take a 14-10 lead late in the fourth quarter against Elkins. That's kind of worth checking out. But I was looking at the team that Russellville will play next week, Sylvan Hills, and wondered, how was that against Maumelle? They won that game. Was that a fluke, whatever, because it went at the end of the game. But they're playing Valonia, and they are taking it to the Eagles. They are leading 46-7. So it's going to be a tough week to prepare for Sylvan Hills, especially when you got all the injuries having to deal with. Some other scores, Springdale leading Van Buren 38-28. Mount Home has taken a 28-0 lead against Harrison and Greenwood. After struggling a little bit with Northside, they've opened it up to where they lead 41-14 over the Grizzlies. So you can hear more scores later tonight. Well, we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Cyclone football. Remind you, our next broadcast will be next week as the Cyclones are on the road to take on the Bears of Sylvan Hills. Cyclones are 8-6 all-time against Sylvan Hills. 3 of the last 4 meetings coming in the playoffs. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air with the Coaches Show around 6:30 or so. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Also send a special thank you to our Chief Engineer, Stephen Berry, and our Cyclone Booth Media team of Chase and Maggie Canfield. This is Cyclone Booth, KCJC EAB Sports, your home for all Cyclone sports all season long. Once again, our final score from Cyclone Stadium, it was Greenbrier 41 and Russellville 5. Coming up at 10 o'clock in just under an hour on KCJC 102.3, you'll hear the Friday Night Football Scoreboard Show from 10 o'clock until midnight. For Chase and Maggie Canfield, Aaron Duval, and Stephen Berry, I'm Mickey Duval saying to you, good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Bassel. So long, everybody.
Russellville Cyclone football is brought to you on